zone. He's got Simpkins caught in for the touchdown. Deshaun Simpkins with the snag.
Looking left to Sims Marshall. Home run down for Jalen Marshall. He's got a touchdown.
And we bid you welcome to the Game of the Week on Chatterbox Live, powered by Bartell Seating and Cooling, along with Kevin Zilch. I'm Jeff Kim. It's Week 8 and homecoming in Fairfield Alumni Stadium tonight. And partner, should be a good one. Once beaten Fairfield, unbeaten Lakota West.
Absolutely. You're going to see two of the top quarterbacks in the city, Talon Fisher for Fairfield, Mitch Bolden for Lakota West, as Lakota West takes the field here. I'll tell you what, Jeff, this is why you come play football here in Cincinnati. This is what makes Southwest Ohio football great. Nights like these, going two top teams in the state, going at it head-to-head. It's going to be a great one.
Lakota West, right now in terms of computer points, ranked second in Region 4. Fairfield is 7th. So this is going to be a very big night, a very important night for both teams as they kind of try to jockey for position as we move a few weeks away from the postseason.
Absolutely, and that's going to be one of the keys moving here is, where we move forward, with the playoffs. Right now, you're jockeying for that home field position right now. That's what you want to have. 16 teams make the playoffs now, so you're really looking for that seed to get you that first home game. And really looking at my keys to the game for both teams here tonight, Fairfield, you got to hold on to the football. And I'm going to allude back to something that Coach Krause told us. He's like, look, I know we're averaging almost close to 6.5, 7 yards a pop. I'm fine with 4 yards. What that tells me, he wants to hold on to the football. It's going to be a ground and pound night tonight with Talon Fisher at quarterback, and he's a dynamic guy. You're going to see a guy that is literally number 1 in rushing, number 3 in passing in the GMC as Fairfield takes the field here. And then you got to force the Lakota West offense to be uncomfortable. Force him into third and long situations. Make Mitch Bolden and Jerry Bowchamp uncomfortable because they haven't been in those type of situations before. For Lakota West, you got to control this game early on both sides of the football. Control it on the offensive side. Score early and often. On the defensive side, keep doing what you're doing. Maintain that dominance that you've had as a number 1 defense in the league. And then, really right now, it's also going to be a lot about the defensive ends and the defense tonight. I'm looking for Elijah Davis and Jacob Asbeck to have big nights because they're going to have to contain a very talented quarterback and keep him within the tackle box. If they don't do that, we've seen what Talon Fisher can do when he gets to the edge. He is going to be gone.
Let's give you the starting lineups while we have a moment. First, we're visiting Lakota West, 7-0, 6-0 in the GMC. Tom Bolden at the helm in his 4th year, 32-7. In his 16th year as a head coach, 164-28. Mitch Bolden, his son, is the quarterback, 6'1", 202 pounds, a senior, 82 of 139 for 59% passing, 1,233 yards, that's best in the GMC. Also his touchdown figure, 17 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and a rating of 168.1. Luis Gonzalez will start at running back. Trent Lloyd, Malik Hartford, Ben Minich, and Brendan Remy will be the wide receivers. The left tackle is Tony Curtis. Mikey Kurtz is the left guard. The center is Alex Key. Johnny Simpson, the right guard. And the right tackle is Caden Fletcher. Defensively, as we start off with Fairfield at 6-1, 5-1 in the GMC. Jason Krause in his 12th year is the head coach, 70-54 in his 26th year overall, 154 and 121. Amir Rogers, James Thomas, and Josh Maupin are the front 3. The linebackers are KV Bivens, Jojo Baker, and Dorian Soriano. The corners are Josiah Jackson and Xavier Isaacs, and the safeties are Kiarran Love, Ray Coney, and Matthew Humbarger. When we switch sides of the field and Fairfield goes on offense, it's Talon Fisher, the quarterback, at 6'2", 200 pounds, a junior, 50 of 97 passing for 51.5%, 916 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a rating of 146.4. Jordon Jackson will open up at running back. Ray Coney, Braden Shanklin, Noah King, and Mike Figgins are the wide receivers, though if he's good to go, Isaiah Glover may make appearance tonight. Colin Robinson is the left tackle. Rylan Krutzinger is the left guard. Dalton Davis is the center. Harrison Mensah the right guard. And Reese Lasky is the right tackle. On defense for West, Gabriel Flores, Kofi Bobby, and Elijah Davis out on the front line. The 4 linebackers, Jacob Asbeck, Micah Markley, Mike Brandcamp, and Tabron Benny Powell. Drew Minich and Josh Fussell are the corners. Malik Hartford and Ben Minich are the safeties. Tonight's referee is John Sagers. Mike Lind is the umpire. The line judge, Doug Nicholas. The linesman, Bernie Bouchard, and Jim Joush is the back judge in this one. And partner, this one, as both teams finally line up on the field, and we got quickly to this one, game time temperature 53 degrees.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a great night for football. You know, it's that first kind of chill in the air, Jeff, you know, of the year. It's right here. It's October football. This is where it all matters. And we got a good one here tonight on Chatterbox.
It'll be Jiovionni Wilson and Ben Minich to return from their own 5, and away we go here in Fairfield. It's Wilson from the 7, angles to the left, to the 20, down to the 30, finds the sideline, to the 40, out to midfield, down the sideline, and was pushed out of bounds, out at the 45-yard line. A heck of a return. Brock Snell prevented further damage, but 1st and 10 in Fairfield territory.
Heck of a way to start. You're going to see the replay right there. He just turns on the jets the second he finds that seam. The vision you got to have as a kick returner is so key because those holes open up very quick and they disappear very quickly. Now you're going to see the number 1 offense in the city right now with great field position on the Fairfield side moving in.
We mentioned Mitch Bolden at the helm. Dual threat quarterback. He's also scored 4 times this year on the ground, so 21 total touchdowns that he's accounted for. Gonzalez will line up in the backfield with him. And we're looking at the number of wide receivers. That should number 4 out there. Trent Lloyd's in a slot to the right. We're still a little slow in getting set up here to start things from scrimmage. 11:53 on the clock, just starting here in Fairfield this evening. Twins on each side. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line, and a double reverse. Ben Minich out of the 50. Nobody's fooled, and a loss on the play.
You know, it started out great. It started out just fine, the first handoff, but then Mitch Bolden missed a block off the edge. That's one of those plays where the quarterback's going to have to make a play. Doesn't have to be a big play. He's just got to cause some type of disruption with that end on those double reverse type plays, and there Mitch Bolden just simply missed the tackle.
A loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 from the 49. That is a stout defensive front line for Fairfield. They motion Lloyd. Play action. Bolden has time and now runs out of time. Dropped at his own 45-yard line.
Well,
Josh Maupin, beg your pardon, came in and dropped him for the loss.
They dropped back into a cover 3 look and really kept everybody in front of them. The defensive backs did. Mitch Bolden had nowhere to go. I'll call that a coverage sack all day as a former offensive lineman. He had ample time to throw the football there, but simply the defensive backfield for Fairfield kept everything in front of them to go, and this is exactly what Fairfield needs to do. Force Lakota West into uncomfortable situations on offense.
A loss of 5 and 2.5 sacks now for Maupin, the senior. 3rd and 17, and Bolden to throw, and now he'll run for it and see what he can get. Coming up front, and he is tripped up from behind before he can matriculate for it out at the 42-yard line. What do you do here on 4th and in the middle of nowhere?
Well, you know, this is that weird zone. I kind of talked about it last week. Looks like they're going to punt it. If you got a punter right now that can position punt this down into the corner, you're going to be able to pin it back deep and really put their offense in a tough spot. That's exactly what Tom Bohn has. If you got the weapon and the kicker to do this, this is a great move right now early on in this ball game.
Nick to punt. And a high, spiraling, angling punt out to the sideline. We saw a similar punt last week that didn't go for much distance. However, this one does land inside the 20.
Well,
so 22 yards on the punt, nothing on the return. And if nothing else, maybe if you're Lakota West, you'd say the win here is we set Fairfield back to inside their own 20.
You're at least down to the 20-yard line. That's exactly it. Obviously, you would have liked to pin them well inside the 10-yard line with that type of punt. But again, that's exactly what you're exactly right, Jeff. They're actually going to spot this at the 25. Interesting.
So we thought we saw that one go out further back, but Fairfield getting the benefit of the home call, and maybe it's homecoming and they get a little present early on. It's Fisher on the run play. And boy, Lakota West up to the challenge, rallying there. Who's the first number we see? We see our favorite young man out of the linebacker spot, Jacob Asbeck.
Well, you're probably going to hear his name called a lot tonight because it's going to be a very busy night with this type of quarterback in the backfield. But a great job there. They almost played what you call a picket fence. They literally lined up at the line of scrimmage. They didn't over pursue. They played heel depth and were there to make the tackle and kept him in the backfield. That's what they're going to have to do all night long. So far, good on the first play. We'll see how the rest of the night goes.
Triples to the top of your screen, doubles to the bottom, and an empty backfield for Fisher. The left-hander throws, and a short gain for a couple of yards out there, and that may be the first catch of the year for Ray Coney.
This defensive backfield for Lakota West is only averaging 61, giving up 61 pass yards per game. I mean, well, think about that. 61 pass yards. That's all the offense they're getting against this Lakota West defensive backfield. So again, they're going to have to play lights out tonight because if they're able to shut down that run game with Talon Fisher, that's where they're going to be looking to go to.
Fairfield on third downs this year, 40.5%. Lakota West giving up only 23% on third down. On 3rd and 9, Fisher back to throw, pressure in, running for his life and looking to throw it, and now it's dropped. So he had a receiver out of the backfield and an angle to the sideline. That pass was dropped, and it's 3 and out.
Well, right now we're seeing both defenses that came to play here tonight. You know, they have really swarmed to the football. They forced both offenses into uncomfortable positions, which I think is key. 3rd and long is not where you want to be on a night like this.
So Brennan Remy, the birthday boy last Saturday, back at his own 40-yard line. Talon Fisher to kick it away. It's a good punt, and Remy at his own 36, angles to the sideline, 40, 50, cuts to the sideline, spins around out to about the 41-yard line. So a nice return on the good punt there by Talon Fisher, and again, it's in Fairfield territory that Lakota West sets up in.
Be interested to see what they come out with here on this play. I'm anxious to see, we saw a lot of Trent Lloyd in the backfield last week. I'm anxious to see what that looks like coming into this week. He was a very big force in effect where it literally took over 2 drives in the second half. It was literally just him. So we're going to have to see what Lakota West has, but good field position again for him.
Bolden, the throw, and it is deflected at the line. Big Josh Mompton again in his face. He recorded the sack on the opening drive to bring up 2nd down.
Well, he was looking right for Trent Lloyd. He had him there. Right there, simply the defender, the defensive end for Fairfield was able to get his hands up on it. Got to stay low in that offensive line position, get low, and you'll bring that defensive end down with you.
Remy is a split end to the left all by himself to the bottom of your screen. On 2nd down, Bolden to throw once more. Now he'll run for it and gain a couple of yards. And good job for the quarterback, lowering the shoulder, getting a couple of extra yards as he ran into the linebacker, the captain of this Fairfield squad, KV Bivens.
Well, that's exactly it. We'll be calling KV Bivens all night long. He is a force. He's from side to side. He's all over this defense. Great job there by Mitch Bolden, recognizing that there was nowhere to go. But, I mean, the backfield, the defensive backfield for Fairfield right now is really taking control and really shut down the passing game for Lakota West, at least on these first 2 drives. So we're interested to see what happens here now in a 3rd and medium situation now for the Firebirds.
Bivens, senior captain, leads the team in tackles with 52. 3rd and 5. A big opportunity for West. Deep drop with time. And this one's short as the receiver looked like he got tripped up out on the sideline. And it looks like it's another 3-and-out opportunity, or will they keep the offense on the field?
Well, I'm seeing Mitch Bolden stand in the field here. Well, no, looks like they're going to pull the punting team. But right there, Trent Lloyd was trying to run just a hitch route. I think he actually ran it a little too deep. On that 3rd and medium situation, you run it basically to the sticks and come back to it so you're able to get the 1st down. Looks like it might have been a little miscommunication with the quarterback there.
We saw the punt fake last week from Minich. Do you expect one here?
Not in a game like this right now.
Minich lets fly, and it's a duck off to the right. Well, and the reason why is, the reason why I asked the question, you have such a short field, and knowing that you're trying to angle punts with a high school punter who's not specialized in kicking,
right?
you have to think about other options sometimes.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing now. You know, if I'm Coach Bohn, I'm going to be saying, all right, we get in that situation again, I'm putting it in my quarterback's hands and leaving the offense on the field more than likely. Because, you know, right now, the punter just simply has the yips a little bit with the punts. So that's where I'm going right now. But right now, it's a bigger deal for Fairfield and Talon Fisher. What can he do on this drive right here?
Flag on the play. Fisher throws on the run. Incomplete. We'll have to see what the flag comes in. It came in from the side judge right to our immediate side. Doug Nicholas.
Looks like it was a legal shift on Fairfield. They might have had two guys in motion at the same time. So that'll push them back. That's the situations you don't want to be in tonight. Look, that's our first flag.
So Fairfield coming into this ball game have been penalized 52 times for 538 yards. Conversely, West 53 times for 493. So one thing to be sure for both teams, when they get penalized, it's big yardage.
Exactly, yeah, it's the big ones. You know, it's the 15-yarders or spot or foul type plays.
1st and 15. Talon Fisher, by the way, is the leading rusher in the GMC. But he'll give it. And the running back, Jackson, across the 40 and good yards, close to a first down.
It's the dual-edge threat between Jackson and Fisher at quarterback. You know, they're both very capable of getting to the edge. That's why I said in the pregame, it's going to be so key for those edge setters on the edge for Lakota West to have a big night and play really disciplined football. That's what they can't have happen there. Otherwise, they're going to break those type of plays. They have done it all season long.
He picks up 14. He came in with 580 yards. Jordon Jackson, senior. That's a 6.3 average, so it's 2nd and short. We'll call it 2nd and 1. We haven't mentioned Fisher about his propensity, but he's going to get the first down into space and nearly broke away. Asbeck with a leg tap will save the touchdown.
Wow, he was really close to breaking that one. Great hold there by the offensive line on the right side. Talon Fisher saw it, hit it hard, and that's exactly what he's done all year long. That's what makes him such a dynamic quarterback. He can throw, he can run. You don't know what he's doing. That's why you got to play sound defense against this Fairfield offense. The teams who haven't, I mean, you just get wiped off the face of the earth with a quarterback like this.
Talon Fisher, a junior, 6'2", 200 pounds, averaging 9.7 a carry. And Jackson on the end around, and this time Lakota West rallies well to it. Mike Brainkamp, the first one in there.
Well, that's what Lakota West has done all year long, is they're able to rally. That's a very well-coached defense. You know, rally to that football, stretch them out, work the sideline, and that's what they got to do. Hey, I don't mind them running 10 yards laterally if they only run a half a yard forward, you know? So that's got to be the mindset, though, of this Lakota West defense tonight.
5:19 left to go in this first period. No score between the number 2 team in the state, Lakota West, and the 12th ranked team in the state in Fairfield. On homecoming for Fairfield. Fisher looking to throw. He does, and this one in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Mike Figgins. Right now, the passing game on both sides has been lethargic. Talon is 1 for 3 so far for 1 yard. Bolden is 0 for 2.
Yeah, you know, right there. How many times have we seen Lakota West this year, their first play is a touchdown or a huge pass play? So, yeah, you know, that I think is, again, goes back to Fairfield, forcing them into being uncomfortable. That's not necessarily where they want to be. But right now, you know, for Fairfield, you got to get points out of this, but, you know, you got to convert these 3rd and long situations here.
3rd and 9. And it's the end around. Jackson is bottled up.
Oh!
Bottled up for a loss. Drew Minich was in there, and so is Tabron Benny Powell.
Drew Minich just absolutely threw him down to the ground. Wow. That's what they got to do. They stretched him laterally. Work them to the sideline, let your other guys rally around, and now force them into a punting situation.
This is the 4th punt of the night. A lot of kicking so far in the early minutes between both teams. It's Remy at his 15, and this one, a line drive shot. Remy at his 16, dancing around, and now backs up to the 10, and now is corralled there, and we've got a flag. And he's finally brought to rest by JoJo Baker, but we'll have to throw out the flag.
I'm going to say that it's a face mask. It looked like his head kind of jerked. when that defender came down there. Take a look.
Tonight's official is John Sagers. He's the man in the white hat. And one thing is clear is that we do see Fairfield backing up.
Yeah. Well, that's good because, you know, that thing about this field position now, you were going to probably be inside the 10. Now you're at the 25. I'll tell you what, as an offensive coordinator, somebody calling plays, that's a big difference right there.
Tight formation, twins on each side. Gonzalez in the backfield, and they motion Lloyd out to the right side, trying to get positive yards. He gets about 4 on the play. Ray Coney in on the stop.
I think really right now the biggest thing for Lakota West is you want to start establishing a drive. You know, as we take a look at the replay here, you see good job stretching that play out. Hey, if you're going to stretch it out, you better be moving forward, which Trent was there. Now you're in a second and manageable position at 2nd and 7.
Trent has run the ball 23 times now, 223 yards on the season. Triples to the left, and Lloyd drops it. Out at the 32-yard line. He had some space. He could have gotten the first down. Instead, he'll bring up 3rd and long to Whit Point. West this season, coming into the ball game, 49%. Hell of a percentage, right? But opposition against Fairfield this year on 3rd down, just 31%.
Yeah. No, it's big right there, and that was going to be huge for Fairfield if they can stop here. You know, force them into these 3rd and long situations, which is where they want to be. If you're Fairfield, force them to be uncomfortable.
Well, right now, Lakota West is uncomfortable. They have yet to get a drive going, having to punt on their first 2 possessions. They motion Lloyd back to the top of your screen. Bolden back to throw, out to the sideline, a little wheel route for a first down.
Well, that's what you were talking about early on, that little running back out of the backfield type action there. Take a look at the replay here, and you're going to see it very clear. He motions him out of the backfield, down the field. Great job to get the ball over the top, over the defenders, and get the first down.
Davion McCoy getting his first catch of the night. First and 10 at the 35 with 3:19 left to go here in this first period. No score.
Looks like they got man coverage right now on him.
And Lloyd once more, the ball carrier on a little jet sweep. He cuts back inside and gains 3 yards. So something that you had mentioned about Lloyd, a primary ball carrier as we progress through the season.
You know, it was kind of interesting to see the progression of that keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And really last week, I think, was kind of his breakout week in the backfield there. So really you see it right there in that play. He's able to have the great vision where he saw that, hey, I need to plant my foot and get upfield now as opposed to running to the sideline.
Trent had 8 carries for 50 yards last week, 8 catches for 138. He had 188 yards of total offense last week.
I mean, he took over the second half for him.
2nd and 7. Dummy count, and now Bolden to throw with time, and now throws it out. Has a man, and it's complete.
Trent Lloyd again.
To Trent Lloyd.
That's what they need to do. And now you're starting to see this, you know, Lakota West offense start getting going, you know. It's kind of like an old lawnmower there for a minute. It takes a few pulls, but hey, once it gets going, man, that thing's going to run. And that's where they're at right now. They got to keep this momentum on offense going. Lakota, for Fairfield right now, you got to really plug the holes for the running game. You know, that's one area we didn't think was going to quite be there. It's been there on this drive so far for Lakota West.
So the Firebirds have gotten a couple of first downs here on this drive. And Bolden looked at. He'll throw. It's a little quick hitter to Brennan Remy, who gets his first catch of the night for a few yards.
I think we had a flag on the far sideline. I think I'm going to say it was an illegal motion on Lakota West.
We're taking a look on this. Well, we don't see the infraction, at least from our replay. Sagers calls for the motion call and back him up. So take the catch off of Brennan Remy, who leads the GMC, by the way, in catches, 28, yardage, 446, that's receiving anyways. and in touchdowns receiving, 7. He's got a triple crown of his own going on right now. 1st and 15, twins to each side. They motion Lloyd once more. Deep drop with time for Bolden. He throws over the middle. It is complete to Scott Johnson, right near midfield. So he regains a couple of yards. He regains the 5 and then adds a couple more to that.
Well, Bolden right there, this is where you're going to see the maturity of a quarterback. He worked his progression. He looked deep first, came down, looked to his right to Trent Lloyd. He wasn't open, and then found the right guy underneath. That's working your progression. They were able to pick up the penalty yards back and gain a few more. Now you're in a second and manageable position again. 2nd
and 9 on a pickup of 6 by Scott Johnson, his first catch of the night. Bolden steps up and now will run. Nice step through for a couple of yards. I think he got about 4 on that play as he crossed the 50.
Picks up that 3rd and medium situation, which is, this is where you want to be. This is not a necessarily ideal situation for Lakota West, but hey, it's a manageable one. It's on the play call sheet right here. I'm looking to see if Trent Lloyd doesn't get the ball again right now.
3rd and we'll call it 6 with 44 seconds left to go here in the scoreless first period from Fairfield. Motioning Lloyd, and now the throwback screen. It goes to Minich, who has a sideline out to the 45. He's well short of the first down, but a flag on the play with 27 ticks of the clock left to go here in the first.
This could be holding. This might be holding going either way. I can't quite see. We'll take a look at the replay here. I like this play design getting back to the screen game we saw 2 weeks ago. The little throwback screen, you motion guys to the right. Ooh, might have been a face mask actually. Nope, looks like the back of Lakota West up.
Yeah, it's holding.
It's 2 big penalties on this drive right now for Lakota West that has brought them back and really got them out of those good, manageable situations. Now you're in a 3rd and almost 15 situation. It is 3rd and 15 as a matter of fact.
Spot the ball at the 43-yard line. So I always am hesitant when you have the best quarterback, arguably the best throwing quarterback in the league, and you give him another opportunity, especially he's got a propensity for downfield throws.
Well, I've always said, all year long, 3rd and 15 is always hard on a coach. Well, it's really easy when you got a quarterback and you got the weapons out there like Lakota West does.
Triplets to the top.
I'm going to call delay a game here, but
we see 25 up on the play clock on both sidelines, both end zones, beg your pardon.
Yeah, I didn't see.
So they're going to wave off the flag.
I didn't see it reset. Okay, well, get back and do it again now.
By the way, and we got to say here, especially for homecoming too, for just that's what we're here for, to celebrate things for Fairfield. Excellent sight lines for us to see both sides, both end zones here tonight. As Bolden will keep and not get anywhere. He thought he was going to have a seam and found his way shut off very, very quickly by Matthew Humbard.
Well, Jeff, I'll go back to the point you just made. You got arguably the number 1 throwing quarterback, and you run a quarterback draw on 3rd and 15. I'm not trying to be overly critical of play calling, but right there, that was an interesting play call. And going back to your point, you got the number one guy in the field, quarterback in the league right there. Just interesting call.
We're through 12 minutes. No score between Fairfield and Lakota West. This is the game of the week, powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling on Chatterbox Live. To the second quarter we go. No score. A pitching duel here, if you will, in Fairfield, and how appropriate. As I'll talk about the baseball piece of this in a minute. Switch sides and a longer punt this time for Minich. Return from the 16 and a couple of yards dancing up the near sideline for Kiarran Love. Now, I bring up the shutout piece of this because A, my baseball partner Reed Mouse is producing us tonight, and 2, we are at Fairfield, in which Tommy Begley had led his Fairfield Indians from a season ago to the district title. And it was an outstanding group. Andrew England was part of that. Noah Waxter, the outstanding shortstop, and they're all coming back next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, it seems like a long way away, but you and I both know it'll be here before you know it.
So just 9 seconds into this one here in the second quarter. No score from the 17 we go. And Fisher finds a seam and escapes for good yardage. Up, gets a 7, maybe an 8-yard gain on that one.
I mean, finding a seam is exactly what he does, and that's what he does best. Take a look at the replay here. You're going to see him look. Boom, finds his seam right there, hits it, picks up big yardage. That's what he does so well. He's patient with his running. He doesn't run over himself. He's not trying to do too much. He sits back, lets his offensive line get the blocks, get in position. He finds that hole and goes. I mean, that's why he's the #1 rusher in the GMC.
He came in with 884 yards, averaging 9.7 a carry. And that's on top of his passing numbers. A little fake and go by the quarterback, and he has a first down into space, out to the 40, and a cutback out to the 47. A pickup of 22.
You can't lose backside contain. That's exactly what happened to Lakota West there. Take a look at the replay. You're going to see the defensive end on the backside get kind of sucked in on the fake, and then Talon reads that perfectly, and boom. That's the type of mistake you can't make against this talented running quarterback. That's you got to sit back. You got to play disciplined defense. Great job by Fairfield recognizing it. Talon Fisher getting the first down for the Indians.
Ben Minich on the stop, but not before he gets 22. So 30 yards on 2 runs by Talon Fisher, the junior. And we'll see if it's another run. It's to Jackson this time, looking for the corner, but good contain this time. And the ball may have come out at the end, but it's going to stay up front, right at the 50.
Yeah, it's going to stay right there. I don't know what the extracurricular was. But, even right there, you had good contain, but still picking up 4 yards. If you're going to do that, what did Coach Krause tell us earlier this week? Hey, if I can pick up 4 yards every play, I'm doing just fine. I'll be happy with that all night long. So, again, that's the game plan that he's playing right now is, hey, I think he's fine with the scoreboard the way it is. In fact, I think he's actually very happy with the way it is right now against Lakota West.
Mike Brandkamp on the stop, but a pickup of 4 for Jackson. Triplets to the top, twins to the bottom, an empty backfield for Fisher, and they'll give, no, it's the quarterback keeping it. Again, this time they're wise. And one of the things that Lakota West does incredibly well is guard the middle of the field.
And that's why, you go back to my keys, that's why I said it was going to be the ends that are going to have the big night. We've always, all year long, really, Lakota West has shut down the middle. I even can't really think of a team that has ran on them. They're only giving up 100 yards per game on the ground, literally. So right now, and that's all season long. So this is a team that just swarms to the football up the middle. So they got to figure out, though, how not to lose contain and force Fairfield into more of these 3rd and long situations.
13 on the play clock as Fairfield comes out of the huddle. A big 3rd down, a 3rd and 5 from the 48. Fisher to throw. He's got a wide open man on the sideline for a first down.
They caught Lakota West defense in a mistake. You're going to see the cornerback bail when he shouldn't have bailed, and the linebacker doesn't come out. Really, honestly, that was actually more on the linebacker. Should have picked that up. Looks like they were going back into coverage. You go back a few weeks ago to the Firebirds show, Coach Bolden said he has 7 different coverages that this team runs. Right there, though, that was one that they're going to grade that out as a minus tomorrow in films.
Pickup of 12 on the play for Braden Shanklin, team's leading receiver in terms of receptions and yardage this year. 1st and 10 at the 36. Quarterback waggle to the left and finding the sideline, has some space and now runs out of space as Brandkamp chased him out.
Well, #1 rule on any type of waggle play for a quarterback, it's not a pass play, it's a run play first and a pass play second. And that's exactly what Talon Fisher saw right there. He didn't have anybody over. Hey, turn on the jets, let's go pick up some yardage. And that's exactly what this quarterback does. He's done it so well all year long. It's so hard to contain a kid that has that much athletic ability and so much great vision to see the field. Now, they just keep driving on this West defense.
It's a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2 from the 29. And Fisher will call his name again, up the middle for a first down. He is driven backwards very hard, by Ben Minich, but not before he gets the first.
Great blocking up front for Fairfield. You know, Dalton Davis in the center position absolutely took his guy and just pushed him back about 4 or 5 yards. That's what you need to have. And they're going to keep grinding this play out, keep grinding it on the ground with Talon Fisher and all the athletes they have in the backfield.
1st and 10 from the 22 with 8:26 left to go here in this first half. No score between Fairfield and Lakota West. And a run play for Jackson up the middle and good yardage on first down.
Great blocking there by number 67, Harrison Mensah. I mean, he absolutely takes his man and just basically builds a wall right there for Talon to find, and just a perfect offensive line blocking. We call that clinic tape.
The last time we saw Lakota West get gashed for this many yards, Moeller last year in the regional final.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the last time we saw a team run on them. And you're right, Moeller was it.
It's Figgins and Coney to the right, to the top of your screen. On 2nd and short, 2nd and 3. And Jackson once more, but this time they'll stand him up. No, nothing to gain here.
Well, that was a big 3rd down play here for both teams, from Lakota West and for Fairfield. See what Coach Krause is able to draw up. Great job again by that Lakota West defense, stretching that play out, swarming to the football.
Down in distance, 3rd and 3, as we come up on 7 minutes left to play here in this first half. A fast-moving game here in Fairfield tonight, as we're in the red zone for the first time tonight at the 16. And it's Jackson. He's going to be short of the first down. He gained a couple on the play, as Brandkamp again was the first one in there.
Looks like Coach Krause is going to take the points here. I think it's the right call, in my opinion. Take the points early on in the football game when you can get them. Don't leave anything to chance. So yeah, I think this is exactly the right call here. Get the field goal.
So it's a 32-yard attempt for Aiden McGuire. Out of the hold of Talon Fisher, Matt Toledo is the snapper. The kick is away and good. And our homecoming, Fairfield has a 3-0 lead.
Oh, there it is, the first one to strike. Fairfield Indians able to march really all down the field. And I'll tell you what, that was an impressive drive against the number 2 team in the state. I mean, that was demoralizing, honestly, for Lakota West defense. It hasn't had to face that really all season long. You got to go almost back to week 1 against St. Xavier, where any type of offense is able to do that against them.
That drive melted half the quarter. 6 minutes off the clock. 11-play drive that stalls at the 15, but they get a McGuire 32-yard field goal and the brand new score here at Fairfield, 3-0, as we're still pitching a shutout here in Fairfield tonight.
Yeah, you know, one of my keys to the game was to force Lakota West into uncomfortable positions, and yeah, this is a very uncomfortable position right now for Lakota West. I don't think we've seen, even though they're down 3-0, we have not seen them down in a football game in a long time.
Well, this is familiar to me. And while we have a moment as they're setting up special teams, the last time I saw a West Fairfield game here a few years ago, it was 7-0 Fairfield going into the 4th.
Oh, wow.
And what happened was Lakota West ran off 21 unanswered in the 4th to win it going away. And a little squibber up front, taken up at the 32, and the return man takes it up to near the 40-yard line. That is Drew Minich. And that play, I don't want to say it backfired, but I don't know that you really want to give Lakota West the 38 to start things off.
That's where I'm thinking too. I'm going, what was the meaning of that, or what was the point of that? You weren't lined up for an onside kick, so yeah.
You know what it is? Reed Mouse was privy to this game last week, the game between Moeller and Elder. Those squibbers, those little pooch kicks that turned into instant turnovers and instant scores for Moeller.
Maybe it happened.
I think that just took the eye of everybody.
Yeah.
So the ball's at the 40-yard line. Bolden and his team down 3-0. They motion Lloyd. And the keeper by Bolden. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. Dive plays into the middle as Bolden gets 3 on the play.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it. The only thing I question is that it just really hasn't been there all season long for Lakota West. They have not had great success running up the middle. That's maybe, if you want to call it the lone dull spot in their offense, that would probably be it so far this year. So be interesting to see if they're able to gain any traction on that.
Bolden with the deep drop with time, now throws deep middle, and it is incomplete. He had Lloyd opening, coming on a diagonal to the near sideline, and that could have been 6.
Oh, easily could have been 6. I mean, that had touchdown all over it. Take a look at this replay here. Wow, that was just a unfortunate play there for me to drop that ball. It should be Trent Lloyd to drop that ball there. Those type of plays you got to make in a game like this, Jeff.
Well, it was like he needed to stretch out a little bit more. Trent Lloyd's not the smallest guy out there, 5'11", but he probably needed to be 6'2" to get that one.
Maybe a little bit, just a little bit, yeah.
3rd and 7. Bolden to throw with time, now throws deep middle, and he's got a first down. Out at the 45-yard line to Scott Johnson, his 2nd reception of the night.
Well, I think that's what you're going to start seeing from Lakota West, to start using that intermediate passing game. Those 10, 15-yard hitch routes, those 10, 15-yard little out routes, stuff like that. That's what you're going to see. Make Mitch Bolden work the progression down, but then shorten that progression. I think that's where Lakota West has had success on their last drive. I think that's where you're going to see them go to in this drive here.
Under 5 to play in this first half. 3-0 Fairfield. Bolden gets the call from the sideline. And it is funny to see the visiting press box or the coach's booth right at the 50, but that's the way he's looking. You would think that typically in a football game you'd look to the home sideline no matter what, home or away, but that's not the case tonight, as the clock is run out and a timeout charge to Lakota West. So the last time these two teams met, it was a game that you and I had last year, Week 7 in Beckett Ridge. West won that one rather convincingly, 42-10. Mitch Bolden threw for a pair of scores, ran for a pair of scores. Firebirds ran out to a 28-0 lead, obviously cruised from there. West has won the last 2 in this series. And the last time Fairfield won in this series, you have to go back to Week 5 in 2019. It was a 33-7 win for Fairfield, and a young man named Juton McLean ran for 182 yards, had 3 scores on that game. The guy who would end up going to Kentucky, he'd be the offensive player of the year in the GMC, had touchdown runs of 10, then 48, and then for good measure in the fourth, 68.
Oh yeah, just for good measure. Don't want to be, you got to cap it off one way or another, right?
1st and 10 from the 43, and a new set of downs for Lakota West. They motion Gonzalez back to the line. And it's a run play. Nice counter for Lloyd into space, who's awfully close to a first down. A pickup of 9 for Trent Lloyd.
Well, they pulled Tony Curtis, the left tackle, and Mikey Gertz, the right guard, or the left guard, on that there. You'll see it right here on the replay. Pulled them around, and Trent Lloyd was able just to find that. And, that's what he does so well. We saw it last week. We saw, really kind of building up to this game, his ability to have vision in the backfield and find those holes. Now you got a very manageable 2nd and 1 situation.
4:03 to go. They motion Lloyd again, and the give to Lloyd. And he nearly got tripped up. Now reverses field and is close to a first down. I think he has it, given the spot out at the 33-yard line. So that could have been disaster, as he nearly took a knee out at the 36 and then came back 4th, and then they moved 4th.
Well, it was really a broken play from the get-go, because he ran into his quarterback, Mitch Bolden, at the mesh point. And that's not what you want to have happen in a play like that. But, again, just looking at the athleticism of Trent Lloyd there, he's able to figure out. That's what the great athletes are able to do. They're able to figure something out and fall forward for yards. That's all you can ask in that type of situation.
West is trying to get their running game going as we head towards the playoffs. Averaging about 128 yards a ball game on the ground. They'd like to get a little bit more. And another run play for Lloyd off the left side. And he gains a couple on that. Now, to be fair, you no longer have Tegra Chabal on the left tackle, and Lathan McComas, who was such a stalwart at the right tackle from a year ago.
Well, I think you just hit it. We haven't really talked about, Tegra Chabal not being there on the left side. As you take a look at the replay here, he was a huge part of that big offensive line and a huge part of the success that Lakota West had. And one thing, we've just seen them, the running game has been a little bit by committee. They've been trying. And you're right. I think they finally found something here with Lloyd in that backfield position.
Triplets to the bottom of your screen, and they throw, and it's a completion and a first down. Out to the 15-yard line. To Brennan Remy.
Well, I'll tell you what. That was Mitch Bolden. He threw that like a catcher throwing down to second base. He had the ball at his ear hole, and boom, right away threw the ball. That's what you got to do on those quick plays. You got to get the ball out of your hand quick and let the receiver do the work. Let him be his own blocker. Another great pass by Mitch Bolden.
Brennan celebrated his 17th birthday last Saturday. Well, actually, he might have celebrated it the night before when he scored 2 touchdowns.
It might have been that, too.
1st and 10 from the 15. West is in the red zone for the first time tonight. They motion Gonzalez back to the line, and the inside give as they push the foul, and the fumble. And Fairfield says they have it, and they do. Matthew Humbarger came away with it.
Trent Lloyd got absolutely rocked on this play. You'll see it on the inside. Boom, right there. And he'll take another one right there. Man, he got absolutely leveled right there. Just couldn't hold on the football. Well, this is those big moments in these type of close games, Jeff, that you're going to have when you get these momentum shifts now over to the Fairfield side. Now you got to take advantage of 2 minutes left to go. And I'll tell you what, Coach Krause is very happy right now. 3-0 against number 2 team in the state. I'll take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
I said Humbarger. It's Dorian Soriano who came up with the loose ball. 1st and 10 at their own 13. They're deep in their own territory with 2:08 left to go till halftime, but they'll take it. And Jackson off the left side has some room at an angle, and it's tripped up. Tremendous defense playing out to the sideline. Malik Hartford was there to get the stop. So take a look on the replay here. Look at Hartford's charging in, took him out from the legs.
Yeah. Malik, he's one of those players who's all over the field. He's left, right, up, down. He's so quick and has such great defensive vision to find the football and get to it very fast.
Had the 25-yard pick six. That was our play of the game a week ago. 6-yard gain for Jackson. Figgins in motion. Jackson to give again. And he slips by a man and is close to a first down. He initially looked like he was going to go to the outside of the left tackle. Instead, dove back in and was close to moving the chains.
Well, this is going to be big, 120. What does Coach Krause do here? So he's got 2nd and 1. Are you gonna? It looks like they might come out with 3rd and 1. Excuse me. They didn't twist the scoreboard all day. It looks like they're going to measure this. So if you don't get this, you have 3rd and 1 situation. 120 left to go on the clock. I believe you have all your timeouts left. I think you run it, get the first down. If you don't have it here.
Well, this is a situation that's tailor-made for Talon Fisher.
Perfect.
Right? 3rd and 1. He can keep it. He's big enough kid where he can take it just on a direct run up the middle, or this could be a situation in which he could pass and really see if he can draw Lakota West into him. And we are short. We got a timeout with 1:20 left to go here in this first half. 3-0, a little pitcher's duel here in Fairfield tonight.
I'll tell you what, I think this is about 3rd and a credit card. That looked like it was about right there. I mean, it was right on the line. Wow. So I think you, again, going back to the situation here for Coach Krause, you're up 3-0, number 2 team in the state. I'm not taking any chances here. I'm running, getting the first down, and then working my offense from there. If I go into the halftime here and I hold on to the football, don't give it back to Lakota West, and it's 3-0, that's a win in my book all day, every day of the week.
By the way, the last time Lakota West was shut out after one half, St. X, back in week 1 of the season. 3rd and a short one. I mean, you said a credit card, it may be a credit card. And you really have to put all eyes on Talon Fisher. Though Jordon Jackson has really taking control of this drive. Now he's going to come in under center.
I'm going to say.
And he's going to dive forth for the first down.
When he lined up in the shotgun.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, I know. When he lined up in the shotgun there, about Law had a conniption. I go, you're going to throw the ball back 3 yards to move forward literally a millimeter?
Fairfield is the best rushing offense in the GMC this year. 270.5 yards per ball game. And they have the best offense in the league in terms of yardage per ball game. 401.
I mean, they've just been dominant. They've just been dominant all year long on the offensive side of football, especially in the ground game like you just mentioned there. And that really starts up front. That starts with your offensive line. That's where it has to start. You know, the center, Dalton Davis, he's played a great game tonight, you know, really getting great position on his defenders and creating those seams that Talon has been able to find. And then Talon's been doing a great job of being patient in the backfield, not moving up too quickly, reading the offensive line, letting them do their job, and then finding that seam and hitting it.
Three 3-0 Fairfield with the lead with 1:17 to go till halftime. And as we had mentioned, a fast-moving first half. I mean, we're looking at the clock. 7:46 local time, right? We've only been playing football for about 45 minutes. A home run ball down the sideline, incomplete, and a flag comes out as well. Looking on the sideline for Noah King.
Well, I'll tell you what, that right there is just as good as a completed pass. You know, that's sometimes what you're looking for with those deep balls. You force them into a pass interference situation, especially on the boundary side there, and that's exactly what you want to do. So now you're going to pick up the yards as long as it's on them, as far as I saw. Assuming, I don't know. Everybody's moving backwards.
Everybody's moving backwards.
I could be very wrong. So it was pass interference on Lakota West, and that'll be a first down.
A little disarray on which way to go, but finally the sticks on the other side move forth. And they're going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Essentially 15 yards on the penalty. Triplets to the top side. Fisher back to throw, and now he'll run for it. Has space up the middle. The angle to the right, to the 50, to the 40, down the sideline, out to the 30-yard line. A big-time play of 30 for Talon Fisher.
Well, great job on the right side by the right tackle, Colin Robinson. He's going to bring his guy. He's going to flush him out to the right, which is going to open that seam up for Talon along the right side. He's able to find it, hit the Jets, get the big play right there, and that might be it. That might be the play that Fairfield needs to get the offense going and get in the end zone here before halftime with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go.
Officially a pickup of 28 as they'll spot the ball back to the 32-yard line. And he just got by Josh Fussell. I mean, Fussell was just a half a step away from bringing him down for a minimal gain. Instead, it turns out to be a big one of 28. Fisher out of the gun to throw, now rolls to the left, and now he'll run for it again. Flag on the play, out to the 30, out to the 20 as he dances out of bounds, out in front of Minich, and we'll have to see what the flag is. It came in the offensive backfield where you typically think of holding.
Well, and that's typically what you're going to see here. We'll wait to see what the official is, and that's exactly what it is. That's tough on the backside on a long play like that to hold your water and hold your block on the right side without holding. That's tough to do sometimes. And you're on an island. You know, the play's going away from you. You're literally there on an island right in front of the referee most times.
Right now, Talon Fisher has been the difference maker in this ball game. His ability to move the ball with his legs and gash Lakota West for big yardage. But this one will come back on the holding call.
Big holding call. That was huge. That takes him out of field goal range. That takes them really out of a lot of situations here. Still ample time, and you got at least one timeout in your pocket right now.
Has competition at school. There's another.
First and 10 from the 20. Beg your pardon, I said first and 24 from the 42. We got it straight. Actually, they're spotting the ball at the 47. And Fisher to throw, and he throws back to the right. He's got a man open at the 30, down the sideline. It's a full race to the end zone.
Well, right there, you see what Talon Fisher's able to do.
Yeah!
Fake it to the right, the backside. You can't forget about the backside on defense. 6 points for Fairfield right there.
Jordon Jackson on the little wheel route to the right, all by himself, 47 yards. We got the model huddle here, 9-0 in favor of Fairfield.
Well, that's exactly what they need to do. They caught Lakota West sleeping there on the backside.
McGuire for the point after, and good. 10-0 here in Fairfield.
Be very interesting to see what happens here. We'll take a look at the replay. Backside, wide open. You can't sleep on that. Everybody got sucked in on the fake to the left side. That left the back door wide open. Great job by Talon Fisher to find the receiver for the touchdown. And now that's a huge momentum shift. All the momentum now is going to be with Fairfield heading into the halftime, and they're going to get the ball coming out of half as well.
5-play drive that had a couple of flags in there that changed yardage position, but 5-play drive that soaked up a minute and 20 seconds, 87 yards. The 47-yard hookup from Talon Fisher to Jordon Jackson. That's the second touchdown reception this year for Jackson, and Fisher gets his 8th touchdown pass of the year. Point after is good, and with 46 ticks of the clock left to go, here in the first half, it's 10-0 as Fairfield continues to pitch the shutout.
Right now for Lakota West defensively, you got to figure out a way to stop Talon Fisher. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm not a big defensive guru, but some type of spy, put somebody on him, just where, hey, wherever he goes, you go, something like that, something different. They got to figure something out though defensively for the Firebirds.
This one angled to the right, and I don't know why you don't just let that one go out of bounds. So that one might have been a case of Lloyd not knowing where he was, but it's still positive yards up to the 23-yard line with 43 ticks of the clock left to go. So if you're Tom Bolden, what do you do here in the 2-minute drill?
Oh, you want to run a good 2-minute drill here. You want to be efficient with your passing. You want to move the ball down the field. You don't want to have Mitch Bolden force anything, though. The last thing you need here, Jeff, is a turnover. I'm saying if you don't pick anything up on first down, it's almost beneficial just to say, hey, we're going to run the ball out and go in the locker room and look our wounds there.
Wins on each side.
And you're going to see the Fairfield safeties playing way back.
Deep middle, complete out to the 40-yard line. And it goes to Ben Minich for 16, and they hurry it up.
Yep, so that's exactly it. It's a good first play, getting that NASCAR-style offense, and here we go. Have 2 timeouts left as well.
Bolden to throw again. Steps up, he has room to run. Out across the 45, across to the 50, he may have the first down with 25 seconds left to go.
Yep, they're going to give him that first down. I'll tell you what, this would be big if they're able to get points here for Lakota West, especially a touchdown.
Clock's moving at 20 seconds left to go. Bolden to throw with time, looking long, and now throwing, and it is complete out at the 33-yard line.
I don't know if he intended to throw to Remy. I apologize, Jeff, but wow, what a catch by Brennan Remy.
So 11 ticks left to go. I mean, that was a rocket as we get another look at this one.
I mean, just watch this. Almost overthrows it, and then Remy out of nowhere just comes up and snags it. I mean, just what a play right there by Brennan Remy. You see why he's one of the top receivers in the league, if not the city.
And right now, at least the Lakota West passing game has come alive. They're picking up some chunk plays here. In fact, Mitch has completed his last 4 in a row. 15, 16, 17, and 16.
That's that intermediate passing game I was talking about. Work that into the offense a little bit more. It almost becomes an extension of your running game then. Just little dink and dunks. You don't need to go down the field. If they're going to be open like this, right now Fairfield is sitting back in coverage, so a lot of those underneath little quick 15-yard routes like you just hinted at are going to be there.
You throw for the end zone here.
I mean, it's worth taking at least one shot. You got the #1 quarterback in the league for a reason.
Low snap, but Bolden will throw. It's a little wheel route out to the side, and the receiver takes it across the 20. And we should have another timeout. Jiovionni Wilson picks up 15.
Great play out of the backfield there for Jiovionni Wilson. Great play by Mitch Bolden. We've seen them do that a couple times now. So timeout taken. Looks like we've got a Firebirds here. That'll be their last one. So 5 ticks left.
Well, here's the scenario that we built as they come out, and it looks like they'll bring out their kicking team, and that's the right choice here because you don't have enough time.
Yeah. You had about 8 seconds on the clock. You could probably run at least one play. 5 seconds. That's pushing it a little bit.
Well, you can definitely get one throw, but it'd be right off the gun. You have to throw right to the end zone, and if somebody's there, and if they're not, they're not.
It'd have to be good to the end zone as well. You couldn't really throw it in the field.
So a 35-yard field goal attempt for Tyler Bohn. The lefty waits, high snap, but he gets it down. Here's the kick away to the goalpost, and good! It just snuck in that right upright with 1 second left to go, and it's 10-3. Lakota West is on the board.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a great 2-minute drill drive by Lakota West to get the ball down the field and get points out of that, get the first points for them on the board before halftime. That's going to play a huge part here in the second half, I think.
Well, did they call a timeout before the kick was away? Because we're still seeing Bohn out there.
Yeah, they must.
So they've reset the clock to 5.
So Fairfield must have called a timeout then.
And to literally freeze the kick.
Yeah.
So Tyler Bohn, the league's best in kicking.
All right.
Again, a 35-yarder off the left hash. Mikey Gertz will snap it. Aaron Peters will hold it. And now another kick attempt, and this one is good. And this one right down the middle, 10-3.
Right, better than the first one, actually. I was wondering why on that first one, neither of the officials really put up their hands for a made field goal there.
Well, and that one did sneak in just inside the right upright. This one, again, down the middle. 35-yard field goal by Bohn. That cleaned up on a 6-play drive that stalled out at the 18-yard line. Took 42 seconds off the clock, and Bolden was really good in that one.
So we had a flag. I apologize there. It looks like we had a flag on Fairfield.
Well, no matter what, and if you're Tom Bolden, the situation is you can't imagine anything but taking the points here because you just don't have enough time to run a play for the end zone.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, we're going to go to the halftime. I was trying to see that because technically the half can't end on a defensive penalty. So I understand it now. So the point is good. So again, great 2-minute drill there by Lakota West. Lakota West defense, you got to figure out a way to stop Talon Fisher in the second half. If there's one team, Jeff, that we have seen make really good halftime adjustments, it has been Tom Bolden and Lakota West. They did it against St. Xavier week 1. We saw them do it last week when Mason was really getting them a lot of fits up front defensively and offensively. So, there's one group that I would say, hey, they're going to make some really good halftime adjustments. It is going to be the Firehawks of Lakota West.
All the scoring coming in the second quarter tonight. A McGuire field goal to start things off from 32 yards away with 6:08 left to go to make it 3-0. Then the Jordon Jackson touchdown from Talon Fisher for 47. Extra point is good, 10-0. And then the 35-yard field goal for Tyler Bohn as the clock expires, and we've got our 10-3 score. We'll take a timeout here. We'll take a siesta for halftime, and we'll come back, recap the first half a little bit more, and look ahead to half number 2. It's our game of the week, powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling on Chatterbox Live. Surprise, surprise, the home team on homecoming has the lead, 10-3. We'll recap the first half here in just a bit. Along with Archer's uncle, Kevin Zoch, I'm Chef Kim. Thanks for joining us. A fun 24 minutes. We will talk about that here in a second. But, Kev, some scores to update at halftime.
Yeah, just kind of rolling through some scores here locally. Harrison, Oliver Ross at the half, 10-7. Loveland up on Little Miami, 13-7. Right now, Coleraine up 14-3 over Lakota East. So interesting score there. Coleraine really has been down this year. Not an unusual sight to see Coleraine like that. At 2-4. 2-5 on the year right now, so 2-4 in the league. So it's, again, interesting there. West Claremont over Anderson, 21-7 right now. My app just reloaded. St. Xavier.
The perils of technology.
Exactly. St. Xavier up 9-0 over LaSalle right now. And Elder over a tough Ron Colley team out of Indianapolis. State champions there a year ago with John Rodenberg as the head coach, the old Moeller coach. John Rodenberg getting a big feat there. I want to talk about this. It's interesting. He has won state championships in the state of Kentucky, Ohio, and now Indiana. He was the head coach at Covcath and won a state championship there. So I don't know many coaches that can say they've won 3 state championships in 3 separate states. So that's pretty cool there. But Elder up over Ron Colley, getting back off on the horse after the big loss to Moeller last week, which you saw right here on Chatterbox Plus. Where they got thumped by Moeller. And then really that's about it right now. Just kind of rolling through stuff there. Edgewood all over Talawanda, 28-3.
Some interesting scores, and if nothing else, Elder, and you just saw Elder on our Game of the Week last week against Moeller. And we were talking about this, and of course Reed Mouse is producing us tonight, and he called the game. It looked like once Moeller went to the pooch kick, Elder didn't know what to do. They had a case of the yips on that one.
It was interesting. That's just, it's so uncharacteristic of Elder and Doug Ramsey and a Doug Ramsey coach team to do that. And while I was talking with some my Moeller buddies, I guess if you will, after that, I said the one thing about Moeller's schedule, they go to Ignatius tomorrow at Byers Field. They still have to play St. Ed's. They're going to have to face that Elder team probably again in the playoffs somewhere. I don't know if I'd want to play them again. You're going to probably have to face an Ignatius or a Lakewood St. Ed's at some point deep in the playoffs. Do you really want to play them a second time? So you kind of get that revenge factor. It just adds another something to the game, right? But right now, honestly, Jeff, taking a look at where we're at right now with Moeller's counterpart, the number 2 team in the state here, down 10-3 against a really tough offense by by Fairfield.
A little breakdown, scoring summary of the first half. No score through the first quarter. It took until 6:08 left to go till halftime in the second for Fairfield to get on the board. It was a 32-yard field goal by Aiden McGuire. With 6:08 left to go till halftime, 3-0. And then right now, our play of the game right now, our best candidate for it, it was the little wheel route to the outside from Fisher to Jordon Jackson. He rumbles 47 yards on the catch and run. Extra point good, 10-0. And then a 35-yard field goal at the buzzer for Tyler Bohn to close things out in the first half, and it's 10-3. Passing comparison right now, 3 for 5 passing for Talon Fisher for 60 yards and a touchdown. 7 of 11 for Bolden, Mitch Bolden for 95 yards. He has completed his last 5 in a row coming out into the second half.
Well, we saw that intermediate passing game, those little 10, 15-yard routes work very well on that last drive where they got down the field. So I'm looking to see that get back into their game plan for the second half. I'm also looking to see get Trent Lloyd the football in space. You've been running him up the middle a little bit more. He's a great athlete. And then the play action game off of that as well. For Fairfield right now, keep the momentum, keep holding on to the football. That's been their biggest thing, is that they've been able to hold on to the football and strike at the right times against this Lakota West defense.
So the number 2 team in the state behind after 24 minutes, 10-3. Now, to be fair, Fairfield's only lost once to a very good Princeton team, who's ranked 7th right now in the state, and they themselves are ranked 12th in Ohio. I wouldn't call it an upset, but technically by ranking it is, if Fairfield can hold on.
Yes,
so Fairfield will get to receive. They'll attack the north end and go right to left. And we expect a very festive 24 minutes here in the second half, much like the first half that we enjoyed here in Fairfield tonight. Now, to be fair, we did say that a week ago about Lakota West and Mason, and boy, that escalated very, very quickly.
See what the halftime adjustments are made this week.
Little squibber taken by one of the upmen at the 18 as he takes it back across the 25-yard line.
I think Jake Asbeck was the one who swarmed in there to make the tackle for the Firebirds. So again, with Fairfield, you have all that momentum. You kind of lost a little bit there on that last drive, but still, that got that big touchdown play. You're up 10-3 right now on the number 2 team in the state. What are you going to try and do differently right now if you're Lakota, if you're Fairfield? In my opinion, I'm going to start trying to work in some more play actions. You've been running very well with Talon Fisher. See what you can do to get more deception. It worked very well on the touchdown play before. I think that's the route that I would go for Coach Krause.
Jordon Jackson off left tackle for a couple of yards. A big push in the line. And you can feel the feistiness from Lakota West after the halftime break. Gabriel Flores and Jacob Asbeck in on the stop.
Interesting thing I saw on that play there was Elijah Davis. He actually went straight for Talon Fisher. He didn't look at anybody else. So we talked about possibly a little spy action maybe early on or late in that second half there. I'm thinking that might be what they're doing now. Is they're going to say, hey, somebody needs to be on Talon Fisher every single play no matter what.
Triplets to the top. Fisher's alone in the backfield. They motion Figgins, and the quarterback keeping it. And he gains positive yards across the 30 and a pickup of, we'll call it 4 on the play.
And if there's a defense that allows you to have that type of rover, that type of spy, it is that 3-3-5 as we take a look at the replay right here. That 3-3-5 allows you to bring that guy down, that free safety down, and almost put him in that linebacker or spy position. That's what Lakota West has done so well. Look, they haven't really needed to use it yet this year until now, but that's what the 3-3-5, you almost have a built-in spy already into that style of defense.
Second and we'll call it 4. They need the 31 for the line to gain. Juesters Fataki in motion, and they give the Jackson off the right side. Nowhere to go. The sophomore linebacker in on the stop, Micah Markley.
Right there, just able to swarm to the football. And again, I want you to take a look at Elijah Davis here on this play. Watch him go right after Talon Fisher, the quarterback. Again, I think that's going to be a key component for Lakota West moving through this second half is how do you contain him? And that's a big adjustment I've seen them make right now is you've literally had somebody on Talon Fisher those last 3 plays.
Fisher to punt. Remy trying to catch up with it, now will just run away from it.
Yeah.
And it takes a Fairfield roll inside the 25 and down to the 22-yard line. So an outstanding punt, as it turns out, of 44 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Lakota West on their first opportunity of the second half.
Smart play there by Brendan Remy. Let that go. It's intimidating. It's an interesting field position. You're not going to start in necessarily bad field position, but again, smart play there. Just let it go. Down it, live to fight another down. Good to see here now what Mitch Bolden in this offense can do. There's so many weapons, Jeff, that are out there. I'm going to be looking really in this second half, that intermediate passing game, but then also those matchups. They've been playing a lot of too high free safeties there towards the end of the second half to keeping everything underneath them, which really kind of caused some havocs. But then Lakota West was able to figure it out, and they were able to dink and duck their way down the field to get that late field goal. So now I want to start seeing, do you start going to a man, and can you get those matchups on the side? So we got a discussion going on the sidelines, though.
Protracted wait here, as the one thing is for sure, we will see Trent Lloyd at least starting things off in the backfield here in the second half with Mitch Bolden, who's got a streak of 5 pass completions in a row. And some of those throws that he made to close out the first half, not easy to throw, not easy to catch.
Yeah. No, he didn't necessarily make it easy.
In fact, he threw a rocket to Brendan Remy that I'm still thinking a little bit about. Triplets to the top side, and they motion Gonzalez back into the line. Set him up as an H-back. And now they put in the hands of Lloyd, who's got good yards on first down, out to the 29-yard line behind Gonzalez.
And that's what we were talking about. Get the ball in his hands off the edge, right? It's been so much in the middle now. Start getting off the edge and going to it. We see it right there on the replay. That's what they got to do, pick up big yardage there. Now you're in a 2nd and 4 position. That's much different than a 2nd and 2. That second down play is so key because that's going to set up where you're going to be on 3rd down.
Well, obviously, it makes the run-pass option and the decision by Bolden on what to do in this situation a little easier. 9:03 left to go here in the third. 10-3 in favor of Fairfield. And again, another motion play, and this time Fairfield has locked up, or maybe perhaps, we'll see, as the run play goes back to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's point counterpoint, right? So my point was get the ball to Remy off the edge. They're going to do that right here. The counterpoint to that is for Fairfield to stretch that play out, which they did right there, and then force it back inside to where your linebackers and defenders are. So great job there. Quick play here by Lakota West.
So no gain and a flag coming in from the near side. The initial call looks to be offsides, and if that's the case, that's an instant first down for Lakota West.
Great job there. That was smart by Jerry Beauchamp and Mitch Bolden to get to the line quick count him, get him kind of offside or just frazzled there a little bit, and you get the free first down without having to do any work for it.
So a first down by benefit of a penalty. It's Lloyd to the top side as a split end all by himself. Triplets to the bottom.
Safety's cheating over there towards Lloyd.
Back to passes Bolden. He has time. Deep middle. He's got a man wide open. Ben Minich to the 30. Turns it around. And a big gainer out to the 26.
Well, that was it. I was looking at the one-on-one coverage on the other side. He was able to find that seam route right down the middle. We'll take a look at it here on the replay. Great job, great vision down the field, wide open. He was able to get to that second level. Great job by Minich getting past the linebackers and into the backfield.
Pick up a 38. Bolden to throw again, and now he runs out of time. We'll keep it. He gets hit and still moves forward. I mean, he took a nice hit by the captain, KV Bivens.
Absolutely, he snuck in there, snuffed that thing out from the get-go. One thing we'll take, and you see right here on the replay, one thing that I'm noticing down the field as they go, that was a very slow developing play. There was a lot of deep routes there. So one thing I would probably start instituting is some more of those shorter routes with deep routes over top. Give Mitch time, an option underneath to come back, because we've seen that defensive backfield shut down a lot of those deep routes for Lakota West all night long.
Triplets to the top side, and it's Remy alone, or actually Lloyd to the short side. Actually, it's Lloyd and Remy who was out to the side, and the pass play goes to Lloyd for a few.
Trying to set up that screen play there was awfully dangerous. Thrown into a lot of traffic right there, but was able to complete the pass, pick up some good yardage there, sets up about a 3rd and 5 for them.
And good outside contain by Fairfield. After the pickup of 4. 6:42 left to go here in this third period. 10-3. Fairfield still with the lead. But the Firebirds are driving. And Bolden has all the room in the world for a first down. To the 10, cuts back in for the score! 22 yards away, 10-9.
Mitch Bolden saw it. He saw the opening. He saw everything right there. You're going to see it on the replay. This is why Mitch Bolden is one of the top quarterbacks in the city. He has the legs. He has the arms. He has the moves right there. 6 more points for the Firebirds.
Their first 6 of the night. And Tyler Bohn on the kick for what he hopes is a tying point. The kick is away, and she is through. We've got a brand new ball game here in Fairfield, knotted up at 10.
Just shows how just dominant this Lakota West offense can be, and you'll see it again here on the replay. Mitch Bolden just doing it all himself with his legs, and then the little shimmy and shake there at the end to go in for the end zone. I mean, that's just how prowess he can be throughout the game. I mean, whether it's through the air or on the ground, Mitch Bolden with the ball in his hands, I mean, you're looking at 6 almost every time.
6-play drive that goes 78 yards. It takes 3 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock. Bolden caps it off with a 22-yard keeper. Point after is good, and we're now tied at 10. Though that drive partner was set up by that 38-yarder pass play from Bolden to Minich down the field.
Yeah, that was huge. You look back, and even looking back to a couple earlier plays in that drive, you had the big screen completion that was thrown into a lot of traffic there. So there was a lot of plays there that it took to get to that touchdown stage. But again, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Lakota West coming out of the gates.
And a long kick for Bohn, and that one nearly left the ballpark.
Yeah.
8 yards deep in the end
Wow.
zone, touchback. That's a beauty.
That might have been one of the deepest ones we've seen this year by him.
By the way, Tyler Bohn is leading the conference in touchbacks. I don't know if you knew that.
I was going to say, I did see that stat, yeah. That's when you're able to do that, Jeff, and you're able to have your defense start right here on the 20-yard line every single time. I mean, that's just golden. I can't explain. I've been a special teams coordinator before with a kicker like that, and it is golden every single time.
How important are both quarterbacks to each of their teams offensively? And when you think about air and ground yards for each of the dual threats, Talon Fisher accounts for 64% of his team's offense in terms of yards. Mitch Bolden, while the team doesn't hit as many long plays, and that's just because, and a bounce out, and a run play, and an outside, and big yards. Massive yards for Fisher.
Well, we talked about it. We were going to wonder when the play action was going to come. This is literally like an option midline type play here by Talon Fisher, and literally had me fooled, had almost everybody fooled here. Missed a tackle there in the backfield for the Firebirds. But again, you're going to see that from Talon Fisher all this second half. And again, I think you're going to start seeing him in more of that option look. You're not going to necessarily know where that ball's going, so you really got to start playing really, really sound defensive football for the Firebirds.
31 yards on the carry, 1st and 10 at the Lakota West 49-yard line. Fisher waits, and now he'll give Jackson coming off the left end, looking for the angle on the corner, and Malik Hartford says no way.
Malik Hartford said, nope, not going anywhere there. Elijah Davis, huge pressure on Talon Fisher, and you'll see it right here on the replay. He makes the tackle on Talon Fisher. Again, I think that's part of it, and then Malik Hartford's able to snuff it out, and again, force them into a 2nd and long type situation.
2nd and 7 on a pickup of 3. That could have been a lot more,
yeah.
But again, one of the things that we've seen is when Hartford goes in for the runner, especially on those angle plays to the sideline, he aims for the waist or lower.
Yes.
He's not looking to take out somebody's legs and break a knee, but he is looking to take him out down low.
Right.
Here's Fisher looking, throwing, completing out to the 41-yard line. And was that Hartford on coverage?
That was. And he almost did verbatim what you just said. He went right for the knees and right for the below the waist there. I mean, great tackle there. They're going to complete those passes. It's the old Kerry Combs rule. They're going to complete that pass every time. You need to make the tackle before he takes one step upfield. And that's exactly what Malik Hartford did right there.
3rd and 2 on a pickup of 5 by Shanklin. I believe that's his 2nd reception of the night. Team's leading receiver in terms of receptions and yards, and a big 3rd down here on 3rd and 2 from the 41. And the keeper by Fisher. He's into the secondary with a 1st down. Out to the 35-yard line. He needed 2. He got 6.
I mean, that was just another play where he was able to find the hole. He was patient, let his offensive line do the work, and then the second he saw it, he planted his foot and hit it right there. You'll see it on the replay here towards the end. We didn't quite get it there with the offensive line blocking, but again, that's what he's doing so well. He has the vision in the backfield to see where their holes go. A lot of times running backs, they get over anxious. They get to the hole too quick, and it's not there. He's able to sit back and be patient, let the O-line do its job. You're seeing a very, very talented quarterback here tonight, folks.
They move the chains, 1st and 10 to the 35, and the late handoff. No, actually, the keeper by the quarterback. Goodbye! 35 yards on the gallop. Have mercy. 16-10 Fairfield.
How do you stop Talon Fisher? The answer is you can't. You can only hope to contain him, and so far Lakota West hasn't been able to do that all night long. You'll see it here, the fake. He finds the hole, and then boom, turns on the Jets. Talon Fisher, I'll tell you what, this is impressive what we're seeing here tonight, folks.
And we don't have an official count on him from a yards rushing standpoint, but he's now out to the millennium mark and leading Fairfield to the lead here in this 3rd period. He's got over 1,000 yards this season. And the point after by McGuire is good. 17-10. So West punches here in the 3rd period. Fairfield punches back.
think we call this a good old-fashioned barn burner right now. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a very, very fun rest of this game. You're seeing two very, very talented squads go at it. And right now, both offenses for both teams are really, really grooving. You know, they've really, really got it going on for Lakota West and for Fairfield right now. Really, the question has to be, how do you contain and stop Talon Fisher? And right now, anything Lakota West is doing has not been able to do it so far.
Drive summary, 6 plays, 80 yards. It took 2 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock. The 35-yard keeper by Fisher. The point after is good, and the brand new score is 17-10 Fairfield, 12 leading 2.
Number 4, Jiovionni Wilson, number 13, Ben Minich.
Possible upset of Bruin, huh?
Well, we've got a good one here.
Yeah.
I mean, and now I got to tell you, it's like anything else. You and I are looking and seeing what Bolden can now do, because he's got quite a streak going on pass completions. He's completed 7 in a row, and of course he did cap off the last one. Now this one's just a little flare out to the 25-yard line. And I don't know what's up with the short kickoffs here tonight. I do wonder, as Scott Johnson returned that one for 4. I'm going to ask this question, and bear with me for a second. After what you saw Moeller do to Elder, how can you not want to do that and see if you can't take your opponent, A, off their feet, and 2, give them the yips and think about turnovers at that point?
You just run the risk of giving your opponent really, really good starting field position every single time. You know, if that doesn't work, it's sort of 50-50, you know, will that happen or will it not happen? But you're right. You know, giving the ball good field position on 30 is not what you want to do to Mitch Bolden in this offense.
Long count Bolden and a run play for 5, for 7, and a good push up front. Alex Key keying that offensive attack from the center position, and he'll bring up 2nd and short.
I think that's really got to be one of the first up-the-middle runs we saw happen for Lakota West with really any, you know, +5 success is what I'll call it there.
So an 8-yard gain for Gonzalez, 2nd and 2, down in distance with 3:33 to go here in the 3rd. Bolden to throw, pump fake, and now looking long. He wants the home run, too long. Out at the 30-yard line.
Oh, they wanted to run the hitch and go. But then, you know, something happened there on the far side with Trent Lloyd. I don't think there were 2 receivers usually are never supposed to be that close together, you know, with the ball. You'll see it right there. That something happened there. That was a broken play with the receivers. You should never really have 2 guys that close to each other anywhere on the field.
So intended for Remy, who was closest to it down the seam, and that's what it looked like it was intended for. But again, to your point, Lloyd was in the vicinity too. And on 3rd down, the keeper, and I don't think he has it.
No.
Bolden is short. He needed the 40 for the line to gain.
Curious to see what Coach Bolden's going to do here. I mean, you got 4th and about a football. Maybe 2 footballs. And curious to see if they're not going to take Mitch Bolden here, put him in the, try and get him a quick count, and then maybe put him back and do like a pooch kick.
4th down. And they pushed the pile up ahead for the 1st down. And we didn't get a chance to tell you this, but we will now. West was 4 for 8 on 4th down this year, now 5 for 9 at 55.5%.
Take that all the day long. That's exactly, you know, keep this drive going here. You'll see the big push there on the replay. Keep this drive grooving right now is the name of the game. You got to keep the ball out of Talon Fisher's hands. That's what you got to do if you're Lakota West right now.
1st and 10 from the 42. Needed a yard, got 3. Bolden to throw, and now shakes off a man, and now will run for it. Out to the sideline and gets good yards. So once he decided to run, that was sudden acceleration.
And just watch this on this replay right here. I mean, he had him dead to rights, blew open the hole in the offensive line, and then Mitch Bolden in some way, somehow, is able to pick up, you know, about 8-9 yards on that play there. Wow. I mean, that just shows you right there what Mitch Bolden can do with the football in his hands.
And he got past JoJo Baker, the transfer from Hamilton, on that one. That should have been a loss, but JoJo came in up high, and you can't do that to Bolden. And the end around, and we got a 1st down.
Number 4, Jiovionni Wilson on the carry. Number
actually Trent Lloyd. I think the announcer there got the number wrong. But again, you're starting to see Trent Lloyd there. I love what he's able to do. You'll see the replay here. Watch him. He's going to plant his foot right there and finds the hole and gets forward and dives forward for positive yards and gets the first down for Lakota West.
Well, it is funny because you and I have come to know Trent, by eyesight, and that did physically look like Wilson that was out there, and this one snuffed out. The quarterback trying to hold on to it, and he got rolled over.
Ooh, wow.
Josiah Jackson, the first one in there.
That's not what needed to happen there for Lakota West. I mean, they're just blown through the offensive line. Wow.
JoJo Baker was actually first there.
Yeah.
And a loss of 4 on the play.
And they call that redemption for the last play, right?
Right. Twins to each side in a tight formation on second down. Bolden looking straight down the field. He throws straight down the field. It's complete, and he's got a first down.
Pass completed to number 4, Jiovionni Wilson.
So, as we're looking here, we have Trent Lloyd has typically been 4 on our roster, but that is Wilson.
That
that's
is
out there.
okay. So yeah, all righty. Well, glad we got that cleared up. Guess that's the problem when they don't have names on the back of their jerseys, right?
Well, and the good news for us is, when you see players enough.
That is true, yeah.
You just start saying, hey, well, we know that's somebody. Bolden back to throw with time. He throws, and it's too long. He led the receiver out at the 20-yard line a little too far.
Intended for number 13, Ben Minich.
Looking for Minich on that play.
Number 12, Xavier Isaacs.
This has been an interesting drive. It's not been easy to get down here for Lakota West on this drive, but they've been able to do it. They fought through some 4th and short, 4th and 1s, 3rd and longs type situations to get down here. Now they got to capitalize off of it here. For Fairfield, you got to be able to shut down, these weapons that they have, such as a Trent Lloyd, a Brennan Remy, because that's where they're going to go right here with the ball.
Twins to each side on second down with 34 ticks of the clock left to go in the 3rd. Deep drop for Bolden with time out to the sideline, and it's nearly picked off out at the 25.
Wow.
Jackson nearly had the interception.
That was close. You're going to see it right here on the replay. Mitch has just got to lead that ball more to the sideline. That's one of those situations when you're thrown into double coverage like that, either we catch the ball or nobody catches the ball. And so he underthrew it there. Again, that was a drop pick 6, and there was nobody in front of that defender whatsoever.
3rd and 10 from the 36. They need the 26 for the line to gain with 29 ticks of the clock left to go in the 3rd. Bolden to throw with time. He throws, and it's complete out at the 25-yard line. Ben Minich got the catch out in front of Xavier Isaacs. A gain of 11 to move the chains.
Ben Minich with a big play there. That was huge. Take a look at the replay right here. You'll see Mitch Bolden fighting for it, looking down, working through his progression, finds Minich. Minich takes a big hit. Big hit there, able to hold on for the first down, moving the chains now for the Firebirds.
And we have come to the end of our 3rd period. 12 more minutes left to go here in Fairfield. We got an upset brewing. The Indians have the lead at 17 to 10 here on Chatterbox Live, powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling. To the 4th quarter we go. We got a good old-fashioned good one brewing here in Fairfield. 17 to 10. The Indians have the lead and looking to upset unbeaten and number 2 ranked Lakota West. Along with Archer's uncle, Kevin Zilch, I'm Jeff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on Chatterbox Live. Our game of the week powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling. Reed Mouse is our producer, and making sure that you see the shots tonight, John Abney. So we switch sides of the field. To the 25 we go.
Empty
as
backfield.
West will attack the north end. Triplets to the bottom, looking to the left, and it's a short completion to Ben Minich for 5.
Well, we talked about them extending their running game with those little 5-yard plays right here, and this is perfect. Look on the replay right here. He runs just a very simple 5-yard hitch route, a sit-down route, whatever you want to call it, and he's able to dump them off. Now look at this. You got 4 receivers to the left side here now.
An empty backfield, and Bolden right now under center. Now will go into the shotgun. So they flood the left to the boundary on the short side, and they now motion Wilson out to the right, and now looking right, throwing right. It's the wheel route. Touchdown! No, incomplete. No, did he get it? He got it. Touchdown. So it looked like his hands came off the ball, and then now he got it for 6.
Well, you're going to see the replay right here. You're going to see Wilson just kind of just be a decoy there, motion, and then great pass by Mitch Bolden, right on the money, exactly what Lakota West needed. Great drive by Mitch Bolden and the Firebirds, put 6 more points on the board.
Not quite your typical wheel route, but it'll do. And the big point after is good. We are tied at 17.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, this is getting really interesting now. Both offenses from both teams are really clicking. I think right now, if you're Lakota West, it's all about how can you stop Talon Fisher in this offense for Fairfield. Because right now, if you stop Talon Fisher, this offense is probably you're going to force him into an uncomfortable situation if you're Lakota West. So, again, for their defense, they really got to play really disciplined, really good contained defense off the edge, force Talon back inside to where the linebacking core is. Be an interesting drive right here coming up.
Drive took 450 off the board, 10-play drive. It goes 70 yards. It's capped off by the touchdown, Bolden to Wilson. For Wilson, that's his second touchdown reception of the year, and for Mitch, that's a league best 18. Bohn to kick from his own 40. And it's a shorter kick than he normally gets. Taken from the 1. Return man Kiarran Love. Angles to the right. Can't make the 20.
Number 14.
Josh Fussell, the first one in there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Josh Fussell, great job on outside contain there on that kickoff return, or kickoff coverage, for Lakota West. I honestly thought, with the way that was looking, it was coming right at us, that he was actually going to break that off the outside, but Josh Fussell was able to get off his block and maintain, contain, and make the tackle there and stop them from getting what could have been a really, really big kick return. Really, really smart play by Josh there.
First and 10 from the 19-yard line. Twins to the top. Fisher will throw deep middle, complete to the 40. It's a foot race down across midfield, down to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 40. And a big reception for Juesters Fataki.
Well, take a look at this replay right here. You're going to see a lot of the defenders for Lakota West playing up, and literally he just took the top off the defense, just ran right by him. I'm not sure why they didn't have any safety help over the top or deep right there, but that allowed them to get wide open, and again, just a nice little dump pass over the top of the defender for a huge pickup for Fairfield.
Forward progress to the 37, 43 yards on the pickup. So you had a running back on a linebacker, Tabron Benny Powell, and it was a mismatch. And the run play, Jackson, and he lost the ball, is out! Asbeck jumps on it, and West has the ball!
And just like that, the momentum pendulum swings again. Wow. Take a look at this right here, happened right in front of us. First hit, and then he just loses it, and Asbeck is sitting right there waiting on it.
Ben Minich got that started. Asbeck jumped on it, and it's a turnover on the fumble. With 10:36 left to go in this game. Mercy.
You know, we've now been talking about Jacob Asbeck now for about a full year. Really was around this time last year that he really started to get into the everyday defense for Lakota West. We saw him start really as a special teams guy and then just worked his way in slowly. By about week 6 or 7, he was starting on that defense, and now is just an absolute fortitude of a defensive end for them. But we'll see what Mitch Bolden and the offense can do right here for the Firebirds.
They motion Gonzalez back to the line from the left. And they give the running play up the middle for 5 yards. And it's Wilson again.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was impressive to gain anything there, because I think that Fairfield had about 8 or 9 guys in the box there. Great vision to find that little seam. Wasn't a big one. Don't need to be a big one, but picked up big yardage there for Lakota West.
Alex Key, the center. Johnny Simpson, the right guard. Really opened up that hole and created space. They created a pocket there for the running back. And Lakota West going tight on 2nd and 4. And another run play. It's Wilson for a couple. Bring up 3rd and short. And now you got some ideas on what you can do with 3rd and very short to go. They need the 50, and they're a yard away.
Right, exactly. You hit the nail on the head. These 3rd and medium, 3rd and short situations, it provides you with options. Take a look at the replay there, but that's what you're going to get, is you're going to get options on a lot of these different plays here when you're in these type of situations. That's very easy. That's on the call sheet there. So, they'll get the play in here. But again, a great job by this offense. They're very, very meticulous right now. They're taking their time. They're not rushing anything. They're going to hold on to this football as long as they can.
3rd and 2. We're calling it at the 48. They need the 50. And Bolden will keep it himself, and he has the first down.
Very smart play call there. I love that play call, going right back to the quarterback. We know what he can do with his legs. We've seen it in this game already. But again, he's just so good at it. And you're going to see right here on the replay what he can do. Takes a step back, finds the seam, and then boom, hits the hole, picks up the big first down, and keeps this drive going. And more importantly, keeps Talon Fisher on the sidelines.
Behind Simpson and Fletcher on that right side. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Bolden to throw with time. He throws to the right. It is complete out at the 38-yard line.
Again, they're working that intermediate passing game. They've been doing this since really the last drive of the first half. Okay, and so that's what they've been doing going down the field. You'll see the replay right here. Great pass, perfectly timed catch to pick up the first down. Just chunking away the yards, keeping that Fairfield offense on the sideline. That is the key for Lakota West right now.
Brennan Remy gets 10 on that play. Bolden to throw again, looking right, throwing right, complete to the right, out at the 10-yard line. Was that Remy again? It sure was.
Oh, here it is. It's the Mitch Bolden Remy show right now. All right, we've seen this happen time and time again, okay? Great catch here by Brendan Remy. He recognized where the ball was. He's great at that. Was able to feel where his defender was and come back for that football. Makes a great play. Big pickup for the Firebirds.
2 straight completions, 2 straight connections from Bolden to Remy. First of 10 yards, then of 28. Triplets to the bottom of your screen. 1st and goal for Lakota West, as they're trying to take the lead for the first time tonight. Bolden to throw over the middle, and he's got good yards out to the 3-yard line, and a good stop by Kiarran Love.
Remy again on the reception. These two, they get in these little streaks. We've seen this for a couple weeks now, where they go, it's about 5 or 6 plays where they are just in sync with each other. It's pretty actually kind of cool to see, especially for how often you and I have seen it here.
This should be 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 3. We see 1 up on the scoreboard with under 8 minutes left to go. 10 on the play clock. Bolden keeps up the middle to the goal line. Is he in? Touchdown! West has taken a lead, 23-17. Mercy.
Mitch Bolden does it himself. Looks like we have an injured Indian on the field out there. But we'll take a look at it right here. Mitch Bolden finds the seam, hits it, falls forward for the touchdown. Again, he just takes control of games. We saw it last week against Mason. Mitch Bolden he gets in this type of mental mindset when he gets frustrated or gets down like this. And every time this season we've seen him do it, he just digs deep inside of himself and is able to figure out a way to take control, and he did it right there on that last drive.
And we still have it down Indian out towards the goal line, and we'll step aside for a timeout. 23-17, West with the lead on our Game of the Week on Chatterbox Live. Here's the point after, and good. And West has taken a lead. They've come off the deck here in this one, down 10-0 in the first half. They now lead at 24-17. Mitch Bolden is cool as a cucumber in this one. 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown tonight.
I'll tell you what, really, it was that last drive before the half where Mitch Bolden, something just clicked. He said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take this game over myself. And ever since then, he has just been grinding out this Lakota West offense, these drives. And that's been easy drives, Jeff. You know, they've had some 3rd and long situations. They've had some 4th downs that they've had to convert on a couple of these drives where they're able to get the ball in position to score points. Now here comes the big test, though. Can you stop Talon Fisher? Can you stop the Fairfield offense right now? A lot of time left in this ball game. A lot of stuff can happen here. This is where you really got to hone in and play disciplined defense if you're Lakota West.
8-play drive that goes 60 yards. It takes just under 3 minutes off the clock, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. It's a Bolden 3-yard touchdown run, but it was his arm that set it up. He was 5 for 5 on that drive.
Yeah.
Point after is good, and we got a brand new score in Fairfield, 24-17, and now we've got to stop. Lakota West is ranked number 2 in the state. For what it's worth, it's a subjective poll. It's the Associated Press. They're usually a smart bunch of people, but you never know. And Fairfield is ranked 12th. Now, in terms of computer points, the more important thing in Region 4, Lakota West right now number 2 in Region 4, and Fairfield is 7. And with a win or a loss either way, both teams are set to move tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is touched, but it's picked up at the 5. Return man 10, out to the 15, to the 16, and not much more.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is actually going to be pretty big, because this will be about the worst starting field position that Fairfield's had, really, I think, since the first quarter. So, again, this is, check one box off on this drive for Lakota West. You're going to start them back inside their own 20-yard line, which is where you want to be. But we've seen it, how quickly this offense can score, and score almost out of nowhere with Talon Fisher at quarterback.
Well, quarterbacks have been the story of the night.
Yeah.
I think that's the point to be made here.
Absolutely.
Bolden has done his job on the other side, leading them down for the go-ahead score, and now we'll see if Fisher can answer back. And you have to say, and you and I talked about this very briefly during the week, but we can start this conversation now. Who's your offensive player of the year? Because 2 quarterbacks that are on this field tonight have an argument to be that
Absolutely.
GMC player of the year.
Absolutely. No, and I think you're 100% right,
Quarterback keeping. Off the left side, with room! Up the middle! He nearly got away!
Golly, it's harder for me to say what you need to do to stop him. I think you got to try to put at least 2 guys on him every single time, but no matter what Lakota West has tried to throw at Talon Fisher, he's met it. We'll take a look at the replay right here, and again, Talon Fisher just is able to find these seams and find these holes, and is able to figure it out one way or another to get these first downs and continue these drives for Fairfield.
A pickup there. Now, we had a chains move, apparently. Well, that's because that did generate the first down. Jackson, a big gainer here. Down the sideline, out to the 50, but we had a flag all the way back at the 30-yard line.
I'm going to say that's probably going to be holding there on the right side. Yeah.
And we
try to
take a
see
look.
it there. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be
It is.
right there off the edge. You saw it there, and that's exactly what they're going to throw. Now
Well,
it's
they also had a clip in the back. Out towards where the quarterback had been, with 6:56 left to go as we sort this one out. John Sagers is the referee tonight.
So they'll push him back, and obviously that's a huge penalty.
That's a big-time penalty because Jackson ended up south of the 50-yard line, and they're bringing it back all the way to the 20. So that's a 30-yard difference.
Yeah.
based not necessarily on the penalty, but the reaction of what you could have had without a penalty, and now what the penalty takes away from you.
30-yard change in field position is really what I think the best way to describe that there. So that's big right there. That is huge for Lakota West. I mean, for Fairfield right now, it's, you know, yeah, you don't like that, but again, we've seen it how many times. We just saw it there with how quickly Talon Fisher can all of a sudden skirt, and then he's gone for 20 yards before in a blink of an eye. So that's how quickly it can happen for Fairfield. Lakota West has got to figure out a way to plug the hole with him one way or another. I'm not sure what that looks like, but you got to get better play out of your linebacking core, and your safeties have really started looking at him and start coming downhill maybe a little bit more.
So the ball's at the 20-yard line. It's first down. Fisher back to throw. He wants the home run down the sideline. Too long out of the 50-yard line. No flags. Intended for Noah King. He had one-on-one with Josh Fussell, and it's very hard to get position on the 3-star going to Northwestern, but King did, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail right on the head. It is hard to get position there. There definitely was some contact, and obviously, as you can hear, the Fairfield fans thought that there should have been a flag there, but you know, hey.
And as we were seeing the contact at the very end, that was basically after the ball was away from King.
Yeah.
Twins to the top on 2nd and 18, and the run play to Jackson off right tackle, and he picks up a few yards. We'll call it 5 on the play to bring up third down.
Number 3, Jordon
So
Jackson
this is
on the carry.
the way that Lakota West is used to playing, from ahead in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is a situation here. So this is a big third down right now. It's 3rd and 14, 6 minutes. You're going to snap the ball, probably about 6 minutes left to go in the ball game here. You're down by a touchdown. You know, you got a 3rd and 14 situation here. Lakota West, if you stop and you get the ball back, you can be able to chunk out a large point of time, and that means Fairfield's going to have to start into their timeout. So this is big right here, Jeff.
Triplets to the top. Fisher with time, looking over the deep middle, now a run for it, out to the sideline, has the 30, has the 35, out towards the 40, and depending upon the spot, let's see if they give him the first down.
That looks like he got it.
Fisher keeps it, forced out of bounds.
Wow. So I mean, look at this replay here. I'm sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to cut you off, but my goodness, he finds that. He's able to get the first down. As you hear the fans' reaction, he just has amazing vision, able to see those holes open up. My goodness.
He needed 14. He got 15 out of that one with 5:45 to go.
That was big. You did not want to give Lakota West the football back right there in that situation. You know, with 6 minutes left to go, you're only going to get the ball back with only maybe about 2 minutes left after that. So big first down pickup for Fairfield.
They fake the give to Jackson. Fisher keeps across the 40 out to the 45-yard line, where he's escorted out of bounds by Ben Minich, who's been everywhere tonight.
I mean, all over the field. I mean, everywhere. Take a look at the replay here. You're going to see it stretched out. And this is what you want to do if you're Lakota West, but what Fairfield's been able to do is they're able to gain penetration. Yeah, they're forcing him laterally, but so far it's for every 2 yards they go laterally, Fairfield's going 1 yard north and south, and they're able to pick out, you know, these 4, 5, 6 yard gains on these stretch plays.
Pickup of 6 with 5:40 to go. 2nd and 4. They motion Figgins. They give Jackson into the middle. And he met Kofi Bobby head on.
Yeah, Kofi was right there to stuff it up. There was nowhere to go. And again, another big 3rd and medium situation here now for Fairfield. What do you do here if you're Coach Krause? You know, do you line back up, put the ball in Talon Fisher's hands and run another draw? I'd like to see some type of misdirection, which they've had a lot of success with here. On this type of play right now, but we'll find out. Big third down right here, though.
Down and distance, 3rd and 3 as we melt the clock down to 5 minutes here in this ball game. And the give, Jackson pushing forth, looks to be a bit short of where he needed to be.
I'm going to say he's about a yard and a half shy of where he needs to be. Take a look at the replay here on it.
Jordon Jackson with the carry.
And can't quite see where he got to, but they're definitely going to mark it short. It looks like he's going to leave the offense out on the field, try and pick up this first down, which you got to do here under 5 minutes in a tight ball game against the number 2 team in the state.
Fairfield is 8 for 11 on 4th down this year. That's 72.7%.
Plug in the line.
The keeper by Fisher should have the first down. As we look at where the linesmen are coming in from, I mean, it was about a half yard, and that's pretty much all he got.
It's going to be close. Wow.
I mean, the initial surge forward looked like he had the first down by maybe the length of the football, but
I agree with you, but that side judge where on the Lakota West sideline did not give him didn't give him a lot there. I thought I had the same vision you did, Jeff, that it was going to be that surge.
As we get a look at this one, they bring out the chain gang, and you really hate it when the chain gang becomes a pivotal part of your ball game in a story like this. And he has the first down. Like I said, I did say the length of the football. It was about 2/3 of the length of the football that he got it by.
Yeah. No, again, like you saw it dead to rights there. I was looking at the side judge. I know Coach Bolden wanted the side judge's spot. Oh, but nonetheless, here we go.
4 minutes left to go here in this one.
They're just chunking out these minutes right now, man.
The give, Jackson off the right side has maybe a yard.
Number 3, Jordon Jackson with the carry.
Tabron Benny Powell was the first to greet him. Pickup of 1.
Not a lot of urgency. You don't need to be urgent right now. You don't need to be. You got an offense that just score very, very quick. But if this does start getting down here around, under 3 minutes, you're going to start wanting to kind of get your ball, down the field here. You're going to have a touchdown here no matter what.
3:23 to go on 2nd and 9. Fisher he throws for the sideline, looking for King, incomplete. And this one looked like it was headed out of bounds, and again, well defended by Josh Fussell.
Josh Fussell, I'll tell you what, he made a great play on the kickoff earlier this quarter, and another great play here. Great defense right up there, bang, bang play. Ball was, you're probably right, Jeff, was probably going to be thrown out of bounds to begin with. But another great stop by Lakota West, and they forced Fairfield now into a 3rd and long situation. But we all know that really, with what we've seen tonight, they can pick that up and pretty darn easily.
Clock stopped at 3:15. Triplets to the top of your screen once more on 3rd and 9, and a big 3rd down it is. Fisher, a deep drop. He's blitzed, and he throws it incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Intended for Jordon Jackson as a safety valve, but Jacob Asbeck was in his kitchen.
I mean, take a look at it. Jacob Asbeck just jumps this thing perfectly. The right tackle buries his head inside, doesn't even look at Jake out there, and he forces Talon to make a bad throw. And again, this is great. Wow. So they're going to actually punt the ball and give the ball back to Lakota West.
This is a gamble, unless you're expecting a trick play, and it is Talon Fisher.
It might be a fake here because look at the stacked receivers here.
He will kick, and this one is away, and a fair catch called for at the 25-yard line, and Lakota West with 3:12 left to go can play keep away if they can get some first downs.
Well, that's the key. You got to play keep away, and honestly, looking back at that situation by Coach Krause, I think what he's thinking here is, I've got all my timeouts left. I got 3:12 left to go in the game. You're probably, if your defense can step up here, and that's the key, if your defense can step up here, you're going to get the ball back with maybe about a minute and a half left to go in the ball game here. So I understand the strategy there. The question is, though, this Fairfield defense has not been able to stop Mitch Bolden yet this half.
1st and 10 from the 25. Fairfield showing blitz up the middle. Bolden gets, and the give to the running back Gonzalez across the 30, out to the 33-yard line. And that's exactly what Lakota West needed to start off this drive.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Exactly right, Jeff, because now look at it. You're in a second and very, very manageable situation here. You have options now. You're not pressured into any type of play call right here. You have the whole litany of your play sheet open for you to call in this type of situation. It's exactly where you want to be. For Fairfield, again, one of my keys going back to the beginning of the game was force Lakota West into uncomfortable positions. Well, right now, this is exactly where Lakota West loves to be.
Triplets to the top. Bolden keeps it.
On
2nd and 2?
I think they might go downtown here maybe a little bit. Maybe. Nope, hey.
Off the left side, he has the first down.
Bolden.
Means you're buying dinner tonight.
Tackle by JoJo Baker, but not before they move the chains. 1st and 10. Well, you know, I am a few years older than you, so I've watched, and I do say a few years, right? and I've watched a few more years of football, and just getting to know Tom Bolden.
Yeah,
if he can keep it in the hands of his best player, in this case his own kid, you know, that might be the way to go.
Absolutely. No, and the statement you just made that you put the ball in your best player's hands, and that's what you got to do in these type of situations.
1st and 10 from the 36. Gonzalez, nice sidestep. He gains a couple of yards as Humberger came up to make the stop.
And now Fairfield looks like they will take their first timeout. So this is what Tom Bohn and Jerry Bouchamp wanted to do. Force them into Fairfield now to start taking their timeouts. That's what you had to do. Once you start doing that, that's when you know you really can start controlling this clock a little bit more with the play calling that you're going to put out there now.
1:38 left to go here in this one, 24-17. Lakota West has come off the deck, down by 10 in the first half, and they've taken the lead in the fourth quarter on a 3-yard keeper by Mitch Bolden, his second touchdown run of the game, and that is the difference in this contest so far. As we look ahead to what's coming up for Lakota West, they'll be at Middletown next week, so they'll be at Barnett's next week, and then they'll come home for senior night against, wouldn't you know it, Coleraine.
Absolutely. Coach Bolden made his namesake, taking over for the great Kerry Combs there, and then took his coaching prowess up north to Lakota West.
2nd and 8. And Bolden will get it off the left side, and a nice step around, pushing forth, and you got to admire the churn on the young man. He's got 4, maybe 5 on the play, and another timeout for Fairfield.
Great play there. You know, Mitch Bolden, I love the reaction. He had trips to the right side. He's going to fake like he's going to throw the screenplay there,
right,
and then takes it down and picks up, again, chunks away. And we go back to, 3rd and manageable. It says 3rd and 8 on the scoreboard. That's not right. That's more like a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 situation there. For them. But again, that's manageable. That's on your call sheet. You have everything available to you right here. You're not going to be forced into a play call, which is what you don't want to be in if you're Lakota West. And what I mean by forced into a play call, you get in certain situations, a 3rd and long, your play call sheet goes from very large to now just a few plays are available to you to get your players in position to get a first down. Right now, 3rd and 4, you're going to have just about every play available to you for Lakota West.
3rd will call it 4. They need the 46 for the line to gain, and this is a huge 3rd down coming out of the timeout. With 1:31 to go, if you're Lakota West, hold onto the ball no matter what, right?
Yes.
This is a case where if you get the first down, you don't get the first down, hold onto the ball.
Hold onto the football.
Conversely, if you're Fairfield, you're clawing and snatching away at everything.
100%. You need that ball. You want that ball. You need to get the ball back right here, right now, any way possible.
Do you remember the movie The Replacements?
Oh, yeah. I need the ball, Danny. Give me the ball. Pick me the ball. Yes, that's exactly what he needs right here.
3rd and 4, triplets to the top, and a play of the ball game right here. And Gonzalez gets to give it. He's dropped in the backfield for a loss. JoJo Baker along with Matthew Humberger in on the stop.
Interesting.
With 1:26 to go.
Take a look at the replay here. Interesting play call. They're going to basically run a midline counter option right there. Again, I'm going to call it an interesting play call in that type of situation. I think the play action would have been a little bit better there for Lakota West. But hey, right now you got to get your punting game going, which started off very shaky for Lakota West earlier tonight. The punting game has, so they're going to need a good one here.
Call Baker's name, Amir Rogers, rather, the basketball player who plays center on the basketball team. Got some good basketball players, by the way, on this football team. Deshaun Krim. We did mention Amir Rogers. Ray Coney's outstanding as a basketball player. So a punting situation here with 1:26 to go. From the 38.
They're coming for it.
Kick is away. Kiarran Love calls for the fair catch at the 24. 36 yards on the punt, nothing on the return, and 1:20 left to go between Fairfield and a tie ball game, or maybe if they're brave enough, if they can get a touchdown, going for 2.
Yeah, I mean, the only caveat to this is that Fairfield has 0 timeouts right now. So minute 20 left to go, and with their offense, you're now going to be in a 2-minute style drill with 0 timeouts. Talon's going to have to do something that he hasn't quite done a lot of, and that's throw the ball very quickly. All right, get the ball out, get the ball to the sideline, and get out of bounds very quickly has got to be the name of the game.
Here we go with Talon Fisher. He steps up, and now he'll run for it. And now he'll throw out to the side, and it is complete out at the 38-yard line.
Well, that's one thing that Talon's so good at. He scrambles around and just waits for the open guy to get there. Lakota West has got to get more pressure on him up the middle. They're going hurry up here.
Mike Figgins for 14 as we melt the clock to 1 minute to go. Fisher rolls out of the pocket to the left. Now he has some yards. He's going to go out of bounds, a gain of a couple to preserve the clock with 53 ticks left to go.
Got to get pressure. And this is a tough situation to be in if you're Lakota West. You want to get pressure and force them outside the tackle box. You also want to play coverage. What does that mean? You got to drop guys back. So you're not going to have guys up front to tackle them. So it's a very precarious situation for a defense like this to be in. That's why the running quarterback advantage is huge in football, because you force Lakota West now to thinking about this, man, I want to play deep, but we got to get pressure. But then if Talon gets outside the tackle box, who's going to be there to tackle him? You know, we got to keep him in bounds. There's all these things that go into it when you factor now in a running quarterback situation.
2nd and 8 out of the timeout, or actually out of Fisher running out of bounds. 1 on the play clock. He gets it off. Deep drop with time. And now we'll throw, and it is complete out of the 45-yard line. He threw it in between a couple of defenders to Noah King. The sophomore, 6'3", 180 pounds. And a big gainer it is.
I think they're going to spike it here. Yeah, they just spikes the ball, stops the clock. 41 seconds left. Still a lot to go here now. We'll take a look at the last replay here. He's going to just sling this. I thought it was going to be an interception right there. Bam. Great ball placement, great awareness by the receiver to make the catch.
So that 15-yarder, huge as they're in Lakota West territory. And by the way, this is the most points Lakota West has given up all year.
Yeah.
17. They gave up 13 to St. Xavier in week 1 of the season, and since then it's been single scores or shutout football since. Fisher to throw on 2nd down. He rolls from the pocket. Now he may run. Now he does throw, and it's complete incomplete.
I think it's incomplete on the sideline there.
Intended for Figgins. 3rd down.
Well, I can tell you right now for Lakota West, they've put Micah Markley on Talon Fisher. He was spying him the entire way on that last play, and what had happened was it forced Talon to make a throw and forced him into throw on the sideline out of bounds. That's what Lakota West has got to do. You got to get somebody to pressure him, but then stay with and shadow Talon Fisher.
Triplets to the top. On 3rd and 10, Fisher to throw with time. He steps up. He wants the home run. It is incomplete out at the 10-yard line.
He had his guy.
Intended for Josiah Jackson.
He had his guy down the field. Just got to place the ball a little bit too far. I understand where he was going with it. I understand exactly what he was trying to do with it. He basically said, hey, listen, we either catch the ball or nobody catches the ball. I'm making sure the ball is going to be out in front of my receiver. Unfortunately, it was just a little too far out in front of him.
And Josiah Jackson, who's a cornerback of this team, playing receiver here in the late minutes. And it's 4th and 10 in this classic here tonight with 27 ticks left to go. 4th and 10 from the 45-yard line, and here we go. And now we've got to stop.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Bolden's going to take a timeout. Probably wanted to see what they came out in, because this is really right now, this is going to be the ball game here. You know, you don't convert here, you give Lakota West the ball back with 0 timeouts, no way to stop the clock, that's it if you're Fairfield. So really this is huge. You know, smart by Coach Bolden there, seeing what they're going to come out in, see what personnel package they're coming out in, and then calling a timeout, going to make sure you have the right personnel on the field to match up what they have.
Along with Kevin Zilch, I'm Jeff Kim. Our game of the week has been a classic, powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling here on Chatterbox Live. Reed Mouse, our producer, John Abney on video tonight, and we have been, well, we've just been simply blessed here in Week 8. I'll
tell you what, this has been an absolute, it's what we expected, right? This has been an absolutely fantastic football game, and this is it right here. This will determine what happens. Can Fairfield get the first down, keep the ball going, keep the drive going? Can Lakota West stop them and move to 8-0?
Play of the night is right here. 4th and 10 at the 45-yard line. Twins to each side. Fisher gets, and here's the pass rush. Stepping up, Fisher coming out to the right. He has the first down down the sideline, across the 30, and a late hit after that with 19 seconds left to go.
So yeah, you're going to take a look at it here on the replay. Great job by Talon Fisher. I mean, just able to just scramble, and then that's going to be called every single time.
Malik Hartford guilty of the extracurriculars, and this will change the complexion of what needs to get done here for the rest of the way as we take another look.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Talon does so well. He just has that vision that he's able to move and find those open seams and open holes, and then was able to get down the sideline. Huge play there for Fairfield as they try and got to tie the ball game up here with 19 seconds left to go.
So they'll spot the ball at the 10-yard line. So when it's all said and done on that one, 30 yards on 4th down, and it's 1st and goal with 19 seconds to go.
Here it is. Let's see what happens, Jeff.
We'll see if they keep it in Fisher's hands. 1st and goal. Here's a throw from Kiarran Love. Touchdown! What a play! Kiarran Love comes in relief and throws a touchdown!
Wow! What a play! Unbelievable, Jeff! Wow! Take a look at it again here. Unbelievable throw right on the money. Man!
Noah King in the corner of the end zone, and we go to the huddle, and they'll show 2, but we'll see if they go for the tie. Mercy!
Wow!
With 15 seconds left to go, Kiarran Love, after the quarterback Fisher had gotten knocked out, throws a strike to the corner of the end zone. And now we've got a timeout.
We're going to ice the extra point. Got to. Why not, right?
Timeout West.
I'll tell you what,
1 point ball game, and we got a timeout. Mercy, what a finish we're headed down to.
Wow. I mean, what more could you want out of the top 2 teams in the GMC right here?
I'm looking to Reed Mouse, our producer here. Is this an instant classic?
Oh, of course.
He gives us a definitive yes.
Absolutely.
Wow. So Fisher had gotten knocked out after he got knocked out of bounds by Hartford on the near sideline. Kiarran Love, no throws, ostensibly out on the sideline, throws a strike. And they're going for 2.
Here we go.
No, they're going to go for the extra point.
Extra point.
And a big extra point here. Here's the point after a tip, up and through, we are tied! With 15 seconds to go, Mercy!
Wow. That's all you can say about it right now, Jeff. Wow. The pass from Love, the run by Talon Fisher. I mean, it's just all worked out so far for the Fairfield offense.
on homecoming, no less, for the home team.
It's homecoming. It's an unbelievable night out. This is perfect football right here. This is Southwest Ohio football. It's the best. Nowhere else in the state will you get football like this. Wow.
Officially a 5-play drive after the 4th down jaunt by Fisher and the penalty, and then the strike from Love to King. Point after is good. 5 plays, 76 yards, a minute 5 off the clock. And, brother, we got a brand-new ball game at 24.
And that's exactly, I mean, you can't picture a 2-minute drill better than that. I mean, I guess the biggest question now is Talon Fisher going to come back in the ball game for him? You know, we got to look at that going into overtime. Still got 15 seconds left on the clock. We know what Mitch Bolden and this offense can do with they still have 1 timeout left. So, again, there's a lot that can happen here left yet. We still got 15 seconds.
So it's Wilson out at the 15, along with Ben Minich. And Wilson has returned to kickoff for a touchdown this year. This one is low on the ground and short. And Minich will get it at the 22. Angles to the left, out to the 30, out to the 35 with 9 seconds left to go. And you may have room for 1 or 2 more plays. You do have a timeout in your pocket right now with 9 seconds.
Well, if you do want to go the route of calling a play, what you'll do here is you'll simply call 2 plays in the huddle. You'll say, hey, we're going to call 2 plays right here. No matter what, after the very next play, we have to take the timeout. You know, unless he gets out of bounds or gets the first down or whatever that looks like, if Lakota West wants to go that route. They've had success. Their offense has been moving the football. Now it's been a little bit tougher for them offensively than it has been for Fairfield, though, in some of these drives. But we'll see what they're going to line up in here right now. And it looks like they're going to have 3 receivers out to the far side of the field.
Brennan Remy's a split end to the left by himself. Bolden looking, throwing, completing. And it's a little run to the middle, and they might have to play pitch back on this one as this one goes out to the 50, and time is run out. We head to overtime.
Free football, man. Can't beat it.
And we need a timeout. We'll come back with the overtime period on our Game of the Week, powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling on Chatterbox Live. To overtime we go. Along with Kevin Zilch, I'm Chef Kim. Thanks for joining us on Chatterbox Live. Mercy, our Game of the Week, powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling. I'll tell you what, we have enough heat in the building right now where we might not need Bartell's today, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you wanted the Game of the Week, and my goodness, we brought it right here to you on Chatterbox. This has been an absolute shootout of a game. I mean, for Lakota West right now, you know, they just could not figure out a way to stop the Fairfield offense. As we take a look at that last touchdown by Love, who came in for Talon Fisher after he was knocked out. I'm going to be looking at that. Is Talon going to be able to come back in the game for Fairfield? That could be a big factor in this overtime here. Now, that's a huge, I mean, we talked about how big he is for that Fairfield offense and how much he's produced for him. So if he's not able to come back in the game, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. That'd be an interesting component to this.
By the way, Noah King's going to be a player.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
6'3", 180 pounds, just a sophomore.
Wow. Yeah.
He's going to be a player.
100%.
He might already be a player after tonight. So you see KV Bivens. By the way, I wanted to make mention of this, and this was brought on by Jason Krause, the head coach of Fairfield. You see the lone captain coming out to the middle of the field in KV Bivens. And typically you think about captains being anointed on each side of the ball, you know, offense and defense. KV has so much respect in the locker room that he was anointed the sole captain.
Well, I think that's awesome. I think that just shows the leadership that he's really put on here at Fairfield his entire career. You don't just earn that right by 1 year or one off season. That is multiple years of leadership to have that, you know, bestowed upon you by your fellow teammates. So that's a great honor.
On the other side, Tony Curtis and Mitch Bolden. And overtime's going to be interesting.
Oh, it would be very interesting. Again, I go back. Will we see Talon Fisher? Can this Lakota West defense stop Fairfield? You know, can Mitch Bolden continue his that what he had there in those final drives throughout the end of regulation. A lot of things to be answered here in these next couple minutes and in this period here. So again, going to be very, very interesting. Again, just an absolute classic here on Chatterbox.
By the way, the last time I saw overtime in a high school football game was right here.
Oh, was it?
Week 10, 2019, Fairfield against Coleraine for the GMC Championship.
That's right.
And it was one of the first games that Chatterbox Sports had broadcast from a video perspective.
Oh, wow.
And we had our first ever Chatterbox game day.
Wow.
That night. So it was a very memorable night for everybody. Bolden will get the ball to start things in overtime. Looking for the corner is incomplete.
Yeah. They're going to throw a flag, and honestly, the flag, I know the Fairfield fans don't want to hear it, but that is right. That is pointing. He had his hand out there. He grabbed the jersey. He stopped. We'll take a look at the replay right here, and you're going to see it right there. That's where the flag came into play. Put his hands around his waistband there. That's going to be called every single time, no matter what.
Ray Coney had grabbed a hold of Ben Minich. Pass interference. And it'll be first and goal. Tied at 24. And how we got here is nothing short of a miracle tonight for the team celebrating homecoming tomorrow. First and 10. Twins to each side. Bolden will throw on first down. Now he steps up in the pocket. He'll run for it. Out to the 5, and he is put down there. KV Bivens in on the stop after a gain of 5.
Mitch Bolden again doing with his legs like he's done really all year long for Lakota West. He has that dual threat ability. We even saw him in the second half of the St. Xavier game in week 1 just take absolute control of that. We'll see what he comes up here now. Big second down play for the Firebirds.
Second and goal. Twins to each side. And Bolden gets again. Now he steps up to the right, looking, get the right, throwing over the middle. Touchdown!
No,
incomplete. It was a little too tall for Minich in the back of the end zone.
Lockdown coverage by the Fairfield defensive backs. They've been playing a great game here and just force Mitch Bolden into a bad throw there. That's really what that was all about there. Good coverage sack, and now again, new big third down here.
Do you need a touchdown here, or can you go for 3 if you don't make it?
I want a touchdown. I know that much. Anybody, I think Coach Bolden wants a touchdown. Whether or not you go for it, we'll see what happens after this play.
Third and 5. Bolden throws over the middle, incomplete, and a flag at the end of it.
Well, that's what you're going to get with those bang-bang plays like that. We'll take a look at it here on the replay. I mean, they met almost right at the mesh point there, and it did look like he was holding him.
Yeah, Ray Coney again on Bivens.
Anytime you get a hand around a waistband like that, it is so blatantly obvious to the officials that they're going to throw that every single time, especially in a one-on-one situation like that.
Beg your pardon. Ray Coney picks up the infraction as he was defending Ben Minich. And they move the ball half the distance, first and goal from the 3. And now you have some run-pass options that you can go to and allowing the quarterback to keep. On first down, and now Bolden will run for it towards the goal line. He appears to be short, pushing to the goal line. He's close, but he's short. They will mark him about a half-yard short of the goal line.
You're right there. Take a look at it on the replay.
Behind Gonzalez.
Yeah. Got nice and low. The hole opened up wide. Looks like they're going a little hurry up.
We'll see if it's the dive play right here in motion on the Fairfield line. I think they smelled the dive play.
So they got a flag there.
And right now, penalties have been a crusher for Fairfield here in this extra period. Second and goal.
Second and goal. Another flag offsides on Fair, or maybe a timeout.
And it is a timeout.
Okay.
Obviously, there's no clock moving in the extra period as far as a game clock is concerned. So we are tied at 24, and I didn't think I'd get a chance to say this, but I'm going to at this point. I told you about birthdays here at this point. Want to wish my good friend Kyla Woodsell a happy birthday. We've had a long relationship, and yet she's much younger than me. Take with it what you will. But a very happy birthday to Kyla, her husband, and her baby girl.
I'll tell you what, this is big right here. I mean, you got the ball basically, it's first and, I don't know. I'll go back to, it's a first and a credit card, it looks like to me. I think you just honestly line up, get about a half an inch splits between the offensive tackles and guards and plow the road.
Bolden will duck in under center. Second and goal for the go-ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Reed Mouse was right behind us. The box, the down marker says fourth down. It's really screwing me, but it is 2nd and 1 right now.
It should be 2nd and goal.
He lost the ball.
And he lost the ball. And he goes in towards the goal line. Touchdown.
Touchdown, West.
Touchdown is the call.
My
That is a 30-24 lead.
Are you kidding me?
Bolden had lost the handle on the ball and then come around, picked it up.
Yeah.
There it is right there. And they jumps on it like a grenade in wartime to get the score for the go-ahead. Mercy.
I'll tell you what, it hasn't been pretty for Lakota West really tonight, but you know what? If it works, it works, and so far it has for them. My goodness gracious. Looks like he honestly never quite got that snap, actually.
No. Well, and that's the thing with the quarterback that normally handles the ball in the shotgun.
Right, yeah.
And you're ducking in under center, and if you're the center and you see what's ahead of you coming, you can't help but be a little anxious. Here's the point after and through. 31-24. And that drive was just nuts. 4-play drive unofficially, but 3 penalties, count 3 penalties interspersed, and that allowed Mitch Bolden, who fumbled on that last play, to go into the end zone, jump on the ball for the touchdown. The point after is good, and mercy, what a wild one we've got here in Fairfield.
And I go back to my point, some of these drives of Lakota West side have not been pretty. They really haven't been. But I tell you what, they're just figuring out ways, and I think that's what great teams figure out a way to do, is they figure out ways to make plays and make their own luck, if you will, a little bit, which is exactly what happened right there.
And now here comes Fairfield, and guess who we see at quarterback?
There's Talon Fisher back out there. Good to see him. I'm glad. That's very good.
Fisher has twins in the backfield, and now he moves up a man. And now he'll keep it off the left side, and he broke it. Out towards the 10-yard line on a nice run by Talon Fisher.
Tell you what, I think that's been about the 4th one of those we've seen tonight, where he is a shoestring away from breaking it for a touchdown. Man.
Brandcamp on the stop.
Take a look at the replay. So we had the replay there for a second. But no, I mean, that's just what he's been doing. I think I count at least 4 or 5 times here. Take a look at it right here. You're going to see, just finds the hole, hits it, and boop. Oh, right there. Little shoestring tackle.
Mike Brandcamp in on the stop. 2nd and 1 and a timeout. Oh, mercy.
Wow. And I think what I'm a little bit more shocked with is this Lakota West defense not being able to figure out a way to stop really what essentially is just a quarterback draw play, and really they've really struggled with that all night long. Something I really didn't think was going to be an issue for them was that up the middle run game. We thought, well, it's going to be on the edge where Talon's going to pick up his yards. Tonight, it's been between the tackles where he's actually been able to do it.
2nd and 1 out of the timeout. And Jackson stumbles but gets his feet and he gets the first down. So it looked like with the burst that he had to corner easily, and then he lost his footing for just a second as we take another look at this one.
Malik Hartford again He's able to snuff it out and made a great tackle right there. Able to stop and force them now.
And these are situations in which seasons are made.
Yeah.
If you're on offense, you tie up the number 2 team in the state. And if you're Lakota West and you stop Talon Fisher on 4 plays, congratulations, you've won a lottery. 1st and 10, and here's Fisher. Picking and can't get anywhere. And the ball came out at the end, but the play is dead after forward progress is stopped.
Well, that was really the first time you were able to see Lakota West truly make a really big stop on Talon Fisher. Everybody swarmed to the football. They forced him around to the left side. Malik Hartford and everybody just was able to swarm on him. And that's what they haven't been able to do really all night long until just now. And that's what they got to keep doing here if they want to stop him here on these next 2 plays.
So a game of, we'll call it 1 on 2nd and goal. And they go triplets to the right. Coney is split out furthest to the top of your screen. And the end around, no, the keeper by Fisher, and he is tripped up across the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up.
I'll tell you what, I'm shocked that Lakota West is still going in a 3-man front. There's only 3 guys down on the line of scrimmage right there. They don't even have a defensive end down there. And, I mean, they're just getting a big push up front. So I'm interested to see if they come in and maybe go to a 4-man front just to put an extra body to plug up those holes. And
by the way, how about that play selection by Jason Krause?
Yeah.
You have a man in motion, you fake the double to the left, and then you allow the quarterback to keep. Well, now we'll see what we have here on 3rd and 2. Fairfield going in for the tie. Fisher under center to the goal line, he goes! And now a pushback, no signal. He may be short of the goal line.
Yeah, they're signaling he's short. Wow. Take a look at it here on the replay. I don't know if we're going to have a great angle on it. Oh,
that's close.
Wow, I don't know. Wow.
And this is your play of the night right here.
Right here. Jiminy Crickets, that was unbelievable.
And the easy solution on this one, keep it in Fisher's hand.
Yeah, no,
we'll
100%.
see if that's what they do here.
Power eye formation.
Figgin split out to the right, and the keeper by Fisher to the goal line. Is he in? Touchdown! Wow!
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's exactly what Talon Fisher and the Indians did. Take a look at the replay right here. Great push up front by the offensive line. 6 more points, and we're a point away from tying this thing up.
They're showing the muddle huddle. Do they dare go for 2 on this?
I like going to my general rule of thumb has always been to go to the second overtime. That's when I'm going to go for 2.
So no swinging gate for Fairfield, at least on this point after try, and a very big point after for Aiden McGuire. And now do we have a timeout? We do. Charge to Lakota West.
He's going to try and ice the extra point.
Well, here's the situation here if you're Lakota West. One of the things you have is on one side of a line, you have Malik Hartford. On the other, you have Ben Minich. Both are very capable of getting in and blocking a kick.
Oh, we've seen it. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we saw it. We've seen it all year long by them, especially on the special teams group. So, again,
and we get another look at that touchdown.
Take a look at it here again. The push that he gets right there, he got stepped back a little bit, but then was able to get help from the running backs. What is that? The old Reggie Bush push from back in the day?
The Bush push.
The Bush push.
Honestly, it looked like an old-fashioned scrum and run.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
Now, this is a very big point after attempt.
Well, essentially it's the ball game right here.
McGuire on the kick. Good snap. The kick is up and good. And we are tied once again after the first overtime. Knotted up at 31. We need a timeout.
Yes, we do.
We'll take a break right here for our Game of the Week, powered by Bartell's Heating and Cooling on Chatterbox Live. To the second overtime we go, and we've got a classic here in Fairfield on homecoming. Nobody's going to forget Week 8 for a while.
Yeah.
Tied up at 31, along with Kevin Zilch, I'm Chef Kim. Thanks for joining us on Chatterbox Live. What was a quick-moving first half? A first half that I think went just about 52 minutes.
Yeah.
Has now taken us to 9:49 at night, so we are coming up towards 3 hours now.
Yeah, it definitely grinded to a halt here. But both teams right now are just battling it out. And this is exactly what we expected to see. We know this is nobody here in this stadium or watching on Chatterbox has been short-sighted here tonight. I mean, this has been just an absolute juggernaut of a game with two highly talented teams going head-to-head at it right here. I mean, this has just been everything you want, right? Been everything you want. I love this. You start to see Lakota West fans have moved down to one side thinking they were going to be down here going in, but they elected to keep it on the same end zone, so now everybody's going to have to roll back.
So again, it'll be both teams attacking the north end zone, which has gotten a lot of work tonight.
Yeah.
I think I go back to the 47-yard catch and run by Jordon Jackson back in the first half, and I think that's been kind of a lingering thought, but now that is like almost a distant memory given the situation we're now in double overtime.
Well, it's funny. I keep track of our plays of the game throughout. I think I have 6 plays in the game so far that I've crossed out, as we keep going on. So this has just been a game of big plays left and right.
So West is back on offense, and they'll attack the north end to start off overtime number 2. Bolden to throw. Shoulder fake, pump fake, now rolls left, has room, out to the 15, has the first down out towards the 10-yard line, where he's escorted out of bounds, but he should have the first.
Yeah, he should be there, right there.
Number 7, Mitch Bolden.
Tell you what, he just has nowhere to throw the football. Take a look at the replay here. Everybody's covered. He had one guy open, but that was after he had actually rolled back out. Defensive backfield for Fairfield has played a very, very good game. Really shut down a lot of these key players here.
They're going to call him short of the line to gain, 2nd and 1. I mean, it's a half yard, honestly, for the line to gain. On 2nd and 1, Bolden will keep.
He hesitated.
And he is short. Brought down for a loss.
It's a weird play there. Honestly, looked like he hesitated. We'll take a look at it here. Kind of hesitated there getting into the line, just didn't hit the hole. I will always question running up in shotgun when it's 2nd down and a credit card and you're going to throw the football back 3 yards to move forward a half a centimeter. But
Dalton Davis and Dorian Soriano in on the stop. A loss of 1, 3rd and 2.
But I guess we did just see him fumble the ball down here earlier, so maybe that's part of it.
Bolden has 3 touchdown runs tonight. He throws. It's complete out to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal coming up. I mean, a big-time catch down there.
I think that was Minich who made the catch. Gets this ball out quick. Flips the shoulders, flips the hips. Boom. Delivers the ball right on time, right where it needs to be for the first down.
First pass completion of this overtime period, or the last one for that matter. 1st and goal at the 4. Still the shotgun look for Bolden. We'll see if they'll keep it for his 4th of the night. Deep drop, looking, still looking, and now out to the sideline, has the angle for his 4th.
Money Mitch does it through the air, does it on the ground, his 4th on the night. Wow. Take a look at it here. Again, nowhere to go with the football. Maybe some miscommunication by the receivers. He says, I'll take it myself, guys, and walks right in for a touchdown.
And another big point after attempt. This one for Tyler Bohn.
35, Tyler Bohn.
37-31. As much of a show as Talon Fisher has put up tonight, Mitch Bolden has been equal to the task. And the point after is good, 38-31 here in the 2nd overtime.
Hands down. Hands down. Mitch Bolden has, and you hit the nail on the head. Everything that Fairfield has thrown at Mitch Bolden has responded, especially starting with that last drive before the half and going into the second half. It has been the Mitch Bolden show, and he's really just taking command, just like he did last week and like we've seen really the past 3 weeks with him.
By the way, you know I keep a drive chart throughout the game, right?
Run out of space?
We're running out of space here in the second overtime. It's one of the hazards of what we do, but I wouldn't be opposed to a third overtime. Let me just put it to you that way.
This is great football right here. This is what you want to see. This is exciting football. This is guys, battling for spots, battling for playoff spots, battling for college scholarships right now. This is high school football, and it's absolute purest and finest right here.
Noah King is a single wide out to the left as Fairfield will take possession from the 20. They motion Jackson, and Fisher will take. He lost the ball. It's loose, and West has won this ball game. Elijah Davis walks it home. Mercy, what a finish.
Well, I told you it was going to have to be a big, big game for the defensive ends for Lakota West, and sure enough, it was a defensive end who made the final play. Jacob Asbeck went in there and just made the initial disruption. Elijah Davis with the scoop and score right there. Exactly what Lakota West wanted to dial up, and that's what we got. What a football game, Jeff. Wow.
Can't remember the last time I saw a better one.
No. That was hands down the best one I've seen. I'll tell you what, it's the best one I've seen since 2013.
We're catching our breaths here on this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, that was just an unbelievable football game. Really was. And like I said, hands down the best football game I've seen since really 2013 Loveland versus Zanesville double overtime state semifinal game. But, I mean, this has just been truly amazing. You saw two of the top teams go head-to-head at it. Two of the top quarterbacks in the city, probably two of the top quarterbacks in the state go head-to-head at it. I mean, wow, just a truly unbelievable game.
Lakota West stays perfect, 8-0 on the season. A hard-fought win tonight. Fairfield loses tonight. Drops their second in 3 games. They now fall to 6-2. Let's go down through a quick scoring summary before we get to your play of the game. And I'm going to wish you luck on that one.
I was going to say, I don't think it's going to be very quick.
No scoring in the first period, and that was the last time I believe we had no scoring in a constrained time period, because in the second quarter, that's when things started to kick loose. It was a McGuire field goal with 6:08 left to go in the second to give Fairfield the initial 3-0 lead. Jordon Jackson made it a 10-0 lead on the catch and run from Talon Fisher for 47 yards out with 46 seconds left to go in the half. And then at the buzzer, it was a 35-yard Tyler Bohn field goal to go into the locker room. West down in this one, 10-3. And then West came back on a 22-yard touchdown run for Mitch Bolden. Extra point is good with 6:25 left to go in the third, 10-10. Just that fast with 4:06 left to go in the third. Talon Fisher from 35 yards out with a touchdown run of his own, 17-10 after the point after. It was a Wilson touchdown reception from Mitch Bolden with 11:17 left to go in regulation. Point after good, tied at 17. Then Bolden gave West a lead with a 3-yard touchdown run, his second of the night, 24-17 with 7:42 to go in the fourth. And then after a miraculous fourth down play by Talon Fisher and a penalty that gave Fairfield the 10-yard line and West territory, it was a Kiarran Love to King touchdown pass for 10 yards. Point after is good, and that tied us up at 24 with 1:20 left to go in regulation. Then Bolden and Fisher exchanged touchdown runs of a yard apiece in the extra innings in the first overtime. And then Bolden had the go-ahead and the eventual game winner, the 4-yard touchdown run off the right side for 38-31. And then the fumble by Fisher and the pickup, the scoop and score by Elijah Davis for 80 yards. And that's our final tonight. I'm going to take a breath, partner, and give you some room to talk as we go through our headlines, play of the game.
Well, let me see. I've been keeping track of plays of the game here. I've got about 7 of them here that I've crossed out. I think you got to go with the final play there. The defensive end play by Jacob Asbeck and then Elijah Davis to pick up the fumble for the win. I mean, my goodness. I mean, you could probably put about 6 or 7 of them up there for play of the game, but that right there is mine. Jeff, I just go back to this game. I mean, this is just hands down one of the best games I've ever witnessed. I mean, hats off to Lakota West. That last drive before the half, they marched down the field, was able to get that field goal going in. I said, hey, this is probably going to be pretty important if they can put something together here. And sure enough, from then on, it was the Mitch Bolden show. He took over, and it wasn't pretty. They had to convert third downs, third and longs. They convert fourth downs, and it's all the way down to overtime, where it just, again, Mitch Bolden took over the entire game. So, again, hats off to Lakota West. For Fairfield, I'll tell you what, Talon Fisher is a special player.
He certainly is.
He's a very, very special player. He's truly amazing. And you also got to give a kudos to the Fairfield offensive line here tonight. They played unbelievable. I have not seen a team really go up against Lakota West like that, man on man, and dominate them like they did tonight.
And to kind of add credence to what you said, Lakota West came into this ball game giving up 5.7 points a game.
Yeah.
They gave up 31 tonight, but still hold on for the win. Final thoughts on this one?
Hey, if you're going to be one of the great, best teams in the state, and you're poised to have a state championship year, you're going to have to win games like this. You're going to have to win close games against very good teams, and that's what Lakota West did here tonight. They found a way to win this game. It wasn't pretty. They've got a lot of stuff to talk about tomorrow morning when they get in the film room. But, hey, a win's a win at this point in the season. They go into Week 8, now over to Middletown to close out the season. And then this is when the fun begins, Jeff, as we head into the playoffs.
Partner, it was fun. We'll see you next week for Week 9 in
Absolutely.
Middletown.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.